Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good, or should I say bonjour to the boys in the baguette for UFC Paris. Bienvenue à garçon à la Régie. I don't know if I got that one right.
What were we going for?
Régie. I like this, Jordan. I actually had no idea what this meant. I assume this is boys in the back in French.
Nailed it.
I am 1/3 of the boys in the baguette. Connor Burke's back with my beautiful beret, with my French national team jersey on. Joined alongside, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, and like the man who rocks the beret well. You wouldn't believe. You've been walking around the office for the last 90 minutes in this thing. 15 compliments.
I know, but I can't quite get the tilt right. I feel like you have it in a nicer position. But a lot of people commenting on the beret because they're used to me kind of just stomping around with a mad face on. And this.
Do you think someone walked up to you? They're like, "Oh, nice, Paris."
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're a UFC fan? They're like, "No, what are you talking about?" So shout out. We're doing it good. I mean, look at can we also talk about how we're graphic correct here? We've got the graphic in here, the thumbnail as well, and in that I'm wearing a black beret and you're wearing a red beret.
I mean, it's almost like we planned it.
It's almost like we planned it. It's just too good. A lot to get into today. UFC Paris. We got a fight feast. Me and Frankie went and ate some snails. Pound for pound, top French things. We'll explain what that means when we get to it. There is a caveat there. That,
French in quotes.
Yeah,
French.
Top French things. And obviously the UFC Paris preview. We'll get a deep dive into that. But let's start with some news and notes here off the top. Last night we found out Bo Nickal has his next fight and will be taking place just up the road. You can almost see it right there on through the window behind us. I almost said screen. You guys have made me believe your own conspiracy there. He'll be taking on Rodolfo Vieira, main card, prelims. He put out a tweet that said, "Put me on the prelims."
Yeah. It's a good reset, I think, for Bo. I think it's a good opportunity to get himself back in the win column, see how he bounces back from his first loss. And a stage that he kind of can thrive on and is familiar with. So I think it's a good opportunity for Bo. It's a big opportunity for Rodolfo as well. To be able to get a name like Bo on his resume is going to be good. But I think the intention here is obviously for Bo to kind of recover and then be back on track, because as we heard yesterday when Chael Sonnen joined Ariel, he's predicting that Bo Nickal versus Khamzat Chimaev is going to be the headliner for the White House card. So Bo got to start now if he wants to make it happen.
Yeah, we can take that with about a grain of salt on that one. Not
maybe
sure
a mound of salt.
I'm with you. It's a good fight for Bo, but there will be a lot of pressure with it. Not only fighting in Madison Square Garden, but also you can't go 2 losses in a row. The allegations of fraud checked against RDR, everything like that. If you lose 2 in a row, then the questions will really start popping up.
Yeah, and this the thing with Bo is he's the A side of this, even though the experience, the resume, the wins in the UFC are all on Rodolfo's side. This is one he's supposed to win, even though by experience and by you wouldn't expect it to be. It's because of his wrestling pedigree. It's because of his credentials. It's because of what he was able to do prior to the UFC. But as far as if you stack these guys up on paper, you're going to look over at Rodolfo and be like, oh, this guy's supposed to win. But this is a fight that Bo not only is supposed to win, has to win in order to keep that momentum going.
You mentioned Chael talking about potentially Bo versus Khamzat on the White House card. Not so sure.
How do you feel about that one, by the way?
Not so sure that one's going to happen. Cue the graphic of Bo Nickal saying he would be a -1,000 favorite by the time him and Khamzat fight. That one didn't age that well. But we did potentially, I don't want to say news, but Kayla Harrison took to Instagram and posted a collage of photos when her and Dana White went to the White House to meet with Donald Trump to talk about the UFC card to take place on July 4th of 2026, the 250th anniversary. I was going to say bicentennial, but the 250th anniversary. There they are. You can see some pictures in the back there if you look closely in the post. That looks like maybe the gift shop at UFC X that we went to on International Fight Week. So it seems like there's another picture of Donald Trump with clearly UFC X behind him, which is kind of like the fan fest at International Fight Week. So you would have to assume if this does happen, July 4th lines exactly up with International Fight Week. Where better to have it than Washington, D.C.? I mean, look at him walking the grounds. The only reigning American champion currently in the UFC, Kayla Harrison, with Dana White and Donald Trump.
I mean, incredible moment and opportunity for Kayla, like certainly. And then the revelation of this, the planning going ahead for this UFC event. The UFC X element of it is interesting to me because, like, I can't imagine that letting MMA fans into a expo like near the White House is like logistically very simple and smart to do. But if they get it done, like, God bless. The event itself is one thing, right? You obviously need to get the fans in there. You need to figure out how to do the crowd for the event. But if they're going to do the whole like International Fight Week, UFC X experience, the press, like all this stuff around that, I feel like it's going to be like gridlock in Washington, D.C. Like it is going to be impossible to get around there. And the amount of time required to screen everybody to get into these things is going to be nuts.
Well, you also add in the fact that it is the 250th anniversary, 1776, everything like that. So D.C. is already going to be packed as it is.
People are
There's
going to be there.
Countless celebrations going down in that town that weekend. It could be crazy. I have to say, I have to say it. I got to own up. I got to eat some crow. Like I have been the biggest doubter for the UFC White House card happening, but I mean, Dana White and Kayla Harrison at the White House with Donald Trump, and in the background is like graphics, plannings, blueprints for UFC X taking place.
It's realer than you thought.
It's way realer than I thought. I've jumped ship. I'm now on y'all's side that like it's going to happen.
It feels to me like this was an inevitable conclusion in the sense that the synergy, the times that Dana White and Donald Trump come together and UFC and Donald Trump come together has only been beneficial for Donald Trump's side. Like it has always gone viral. It has always been good for exposure. It helped during the campaign run. It helped him appearing after. It has benefited the UFC because there is a major portion of the fan base who wants to see that and is looking for that. It only has produced good things in terms of their individual like ascents. And so it would make sense for them to continue to try to do that. And this would be the biggest stage of them all. This would be the one that is the most direct tie ever. It is basically a White House Donald Trump hosted UFC event.
Kayla Harrison ending that Instagram post, the caption with essentially "See you July 4th, 2026." Not only is she the only standing American champion right now, right there. Here's to July 4th, 2026. Not only is she the only current American champion on the UFC roster, she also, gold medalist, has represented America before. Her next fight should be versus Amanda Nunes, which is one of the biggest fights that you can make in the women's division. So it would make sense for her to wait out until the White House.
Yeah, it does also make me think like, as we talked about this White House card, I've continued to think about like, do they want Americans? And if they want Americans, are they going to put them in a position to have an easy fight to win? Or are they going to put them in a position to have the biggest fight they could possibly have? As this thing kind of shapes out, it's going to be very fascinating to see what the like nationalistic side of this looks like. Is it going to be a tribute to America, or is it going to just be, this is the biggest, this is the best, this is the baddest UFC card we could possibly put on, or maybe a combination of the two, right? You put a Kayla Harrison on there, all of a sudden you've got an American champion and you've got some gravitas to it. But like, does this improve the case for a John Jones, right? Like, does this become, hey, we need our biggest American star? Conor McGregor is Irish and is now, as we saw earlier today,
have the Irish president fighting in front of the American president.
But are they going to lean into the celebration of American independence and have those Americans on it? If Kayla is the only one, that would be, I would be shocked. I'd be shocked if Kayla was the only like big American star. I think you need, like, I think Chael is smart in terms of why he's thinking Bo Nickal, right? It's an American guy that you can get behind and go, we've got our American champion. He's taking on Hamzat, America versus Russia. Like there's a whole kind of thing there that makes a lot of sense if you are going that angle. So I like where Chael's head was at. I don't know if Bo Nickal is on the fast enough track to get there. To me, the tone with which Kayla Harrison is speaking in that Instagram post, the fact that she's having this meeting with Donald Trump and Dana White there, makes me think that maybe that 1,000,000% don't trust John Jones thing, as this creeps closer, might be out the window, and maybe John Jones does find himself on this card.
Yeah, Kayla Harrison is the only American champion right now, but you still have big names that are also American UFC fighters.
sure.
Michael Chandler, Sean Strickland, John Jones, obviously championship pedigree from him. So there are American names that they could put on this card to fill it around Kayla Harrison
absolutely.
being the only champion representing. Going to be very interesting to see. International Fight Week 2026, maybe pencil it in.
UFC
Washington,
X
DC.
anywhere near the White House would be insane.
Maybe
Just
that was on the
absolutely
mall.
nuts.
Maybe they're going to put it in between the Washington Monument
That's
and
fine.
the Lincoln Memorial.
Even being that close, just the scrutiny that is going to be required for people just coming to town, traversing that, getting into each venue, then going to the fights, it's going to be an undertaking. It's going to be like an Olympic level style undertaking, which is nuts.
And we'll be in those crowds.
Yes, and we'll be there.
DC is a quick train ride down the road.
Daniel Cormier or Washington?
Both.
We will be there for sure. Absolutely. Book it. As Frank says that I like to say, we gotta. We just gotta.
Yeah, I guess we got it.
We gotta.
I feel like we got it. My brother lives in DC. I can crash at his place. Don't even worry about a hotel. It's all good.
Can you watch it from his window, maybe?
Close. You can get close. He is a Marine, so I maybe get some extra access there.
I love that.
It could be great. One last bit of news. Yesterday, John Nash took to Twitter reporting that the average payment from the UFC settlement will be $231,022. The median being around $86,000. Lowest $16K. The highest being $10.3 million. He then followed up that tweet and said the recipient of that $10.3 million will go to Anderson Silva. This is based on the final settlement fund for each fighter should get 32.7% of their total bout compensation earned during the class period plus $14,179 for each bout.
Yeah, so there's methodology to kind of figuring out how he arrived at who would be getting paid what. He was able to look at the top stars and kind of determine who would have been owed the most during that time period. My initial reaction to this was like, oh shit, $10 million. Shout out Anderson Silva. And I think a lot of people kind of had that reaction. There was at least 10 people who texted or DM'd me and were like, yo, you see this Anderson Silva's getting that $10 million check? And I was like, yeah, good for him. Upon further reflection and thought on this,
oh, interesting.
It's not that much. Anderson Silva's owed 10x that, if we're being completely real. Here are the Anderson Silva pay-per-views
during this time.
Now these are speculative because pay-per-view numbers are a little bit dicey to get. They're kind of reported. They're based on other things. But I'm pulling this from Wikipedia, which has them listed here. Let's just go from the 20. Let's go from UFC 101. We're going post UFC 100. UFC 101. Silva versus Griffin, $850K. Silva versus Maia, $500K. Silva versus Sonnen, $600K. Silva versus Belfort, $725. Silva versus Okami, $335. That's the lowest by far in that stretch. Silva versus Sonnen 2, $925. Silva versus Bonner, that was a replacement one, $375. Silva versus Weidman, $550. Weidman versus Silva 2, $1,025,000. Silva versus Diaz, $650. Silva versus Brunson, $200. They start to go down from there as pay-per-view is not as prevalent. But in total, over the course of his career, now this is prior to that period, but over the course of Anderson's entire UFC career, he sold about 9 million UFC pay-per-views. So, if we broke that across, if we took that 10 million and broke that across all the pay-per-views that he sold in the UFC, it'd be about $1 each. It's not I'm glad he's getting it. I'm glad the settlement is working. I'm glad there are other fighters that are going to be compensated during that time. But my initial reaction of holy shit, Anderson Silva getting $10 million is more now fuck, make it 100. This, every one of these guys, including Anderson Silva, who provided this many memories, who was such an important star for the UFC at this time. Man, there can't be a number that's enough in my mind.
Not just the pay-per-view numbers, but also the interest, the growth of the sport, everything that he provided to it. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I will...
No, 10 million is great.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll play devil's advocate here. 10 million is better than zero.
Well, and
at least getting some there.
100%, and this is the point of that antitrust, or maybe not the point. I think the point kind of has been fluid in certain degrees. Some of the point of this lawsuit was to properly compensate the fighters who were not properly compensated at that time. So I'm glad that he is getting that, as I said, and I'm glad that other fighters are getting it. But yeah, make it 100. Anderson Silva deserves all our money.
You hear that, Dana? Make it 100.
I don't think he can do that. The settlement is the settlement. But also, you mentioned John Nash. I think we should say he's been doing the best reporting on this. He's written a few things for Uncrowned as well. he's doing great at covering this story. There's more kind of wrinkles to this when the fighters are going to get paid. We heard Luke Rockhold yesterday on the show saying he thinks he's going to be getting that check soon. So, stay tuned. John Nash has a good X handle that provides a lot of updates on this, but there will be more that continues to trickle out. But interesting to see that Anderson Silva, $10 million, is the top kind of earner from the settlements that are going to be paid out.
Yeah, that's at Hey Not The Face, John S. Nash on Twitter. And you actually mentioned the Luke Rockhold one where he talked about getting additional settlement money. And John Nash quote tweeted that and said, "This is only true if there are settlements on these current suits, which are in large part dependent on how the courts rule on these arbitration agreements and class action waivers." So to be seen.
More to come, basically.
All right, that's the news and notes. Let's dive into this weekend's action taking place in the City of Lights, UFC Paris. Fantastic card. European-centric card, which I love. This is a die-hard fan base that you have in Paris, and I think they're capitalizing on it with the fighters that they're putting on this card. I just want to throw this out here.
Yeah.
5 debuting fighters on this card.
Okay.
Axel Sola, Lozane Keita, Robert Ruchala, Ante Delia, Harry Hardwick. What's crazy, though, Axel Sola, Aries lightweight champion, Luzane Keita, Octagon 2 division champion, Robert Ruchala, KSW interim featherweight champion, Ante Delia, PFL heavyweight tournament champion 2022, and Harry Hardwick, Cage Warriors featherweight champion.
Decorated.
All of them from, other than the PFL, all of them from European promotions, all of them champions, all have over 10 professional fights. I like to see that. I like to see that as you go into it. And then on top of that, every single fight has a European represented in it. There's only 5 French guys fighting on it, but every fight has a European fighting in it, which I love to see.
Yeah, it's great. They have, Pizzi was talking about this card. Was it, when did Pizzi talk about? Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? But he was talking about exactly what you're saying, which is like they've assembled a lot of the champions of European local promotions, guys that people from the area had been following for so long that when this card is constructed, these are names and faces that people are instantaneously going to recognize. It's not just the like, who's that debuting guy? These are stories. These are fighters that people have been following in the local scene for many, many years. And now we're seeing it on the biggest stage in an arena that is going to be losing its fucking mind when these guys are competing.
I know, right?
It's
like it's like
incredible.
these Paris cards. Not only am I excited for the fights, I might be even more excited to see how the crowd's going to react throughout.
They're
like
the best crowds in sports right now.
It's just crazy. Like even when the WWE comes to town, like
Nuts.
they are just rabid. The audience always delivers. I think they'll deliver again this weekend with having Frenchmen in the co-main and the main event, both of which could be very fun fights.
Even the PFL Cedric Doumbé headline shows are just nuts. They look absolutely nuts every time that a combat sport or any kind of sporting event comes to the area. The fans show out.
I mean, you have Kylian Mbappe and half of PSG showing up for a PFL event.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine?
I wonder who's going to show for this one. I'm sure there's going to be some big name like football representation there.
I mean, imagine like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs showing up to a PFL event.
In Kansas City.
LeBron and the Lakers showing up to an LA PFL event.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yes, exactly. That is the level of support that is here, and as you said, it leads to like this atmosphere that even from home, even watching on TV, I am excited to I'm the guy who has been beating the drum of like, the fights are not that different out of the Apex from a television perspective. The Paris events, they're from a television perspective. The Paris events are different. These events are you can feel the energy radiating through the TV in a way that like you can't elsewhere.
And they've found this nice sort of routine, this sort of schedule the first week in September. They've been doing it since 2022. They've had Cyril Gahn headline. They've had BSD headline before. They always find it early in September, and they find a way to make these cards exciting. And I can't wait for this one. Let's start with the main event. Nasruddin Imavov taking on Caio Bajalio. Essentially one half of the middleweight Grand Prix, where the winner will get the next shot at Hamzat Chimaev, the other half being RDR versus Fluffy Hernandez, which is taking place next month. Bajalio, undefeated in the UFC, is on like a 16-fight win streak. Has looked pretty impeccable, but haven't seen him fight since the Jared Cannonier fight.
Yeah.
Imavov riding a 4-fight win streak, but over massive names: Roman Dolidze, Israel Adesanya, Jared Cannonier himself, Brendan Allen. Big names in the division. Two guys who are just on a trajectory towards the belt. it's as high stakes as it gets at 185. I think both dudes are at their peak right now. They're in their primes. I think this is going to be a fantastic fight.
Yeah, until Dana White, as you mentioned that other middleweight fight, until Dana White explicitly said that this was not guaranteed to be the next title contender, I think we all assumed this was going to be the next title contender, the winner of this fight, right? Imavov's resume at this point, I think, is the best one of the group. Like, I think you can look at his resume and go, like, he could have been fighting for a title already. Don't get me wrong. I think Hamza versus DDP was the exact right fight to make. But if you're looking at Nasruddin Imavov's resume, this guy is championship level and could be fighting for a title. Caio, if he gets a win over Imavov, like the resume that he's put together is quite impressive as well. This is, if it is not the next for the title, it's one away at most, right? You have to imagine that they can't take another fight that doesn't get them a title shot after this win. The fight itself, I think, is fascinating from the perspective that, like, I don't really know where it's going to play out. Like, I most fights that I visualize in my head, I can kind of see, like, okay, this is going to be this way or this way. I really don't have like a great read or expectation on this fight. I ultimately kind of land at the fact that I think that Nasruddin's pedigree is a little bit higher. Like, I think his ceiling's a little bit higher. I think he has a little bit more opportunity to control where the fight takes place and also more of the finishing ability. And so that's where I land, like, when I'm trying to lean on this fight. But whether this is like they decide to kickbox the whole time or whether there's some clinch work or whether it takes place on the ground, I really don't have a great read for who's going to kind of control the action and where it's going to go. But I tend to lean toward Nasruddin because I think the grappling and the striking are both like slightly in his favor.
Yeah, I think it's razor close. I think if you feel very strongly one way or the other, I'm just not sure how you ended up getting there. I will say Bahalio, the last time we saw him out, I know it's been over a year, but like we saw him settle in for 25 minutes of striking against Jared Cannonier. He was patient. He was able to knock down Cannonier. Actually, he has a knockdown in his last 3 fights. Like, we've kind of seen the striking come together. We obviously know he has the grappling acumen to go with that as well. But something you mentioned, like, who has the bigger finishing capability? Neither of these dudes are really, like, heavy finishers. I know we saw Imavov knock out Adesanya. He also finished Cannonier. Cannonier wasn't too happy with that.
He wasn't happy with
that finish. It wasn't like he, like, absolutely starched him, put him out. A couple people even called for the Adesanya one being early. I disagree with that. But, like, 6 of his 10 UFC fights have gone to a decision. Caio, 5 of his 7 have gone to a decision. These dudes never really get finished. Imavov got finished once in his first fight of his career. Bahalio never been finished before. The durability will play a factor. The French crowd, I think, will play a factor in what I think will go to a decision. So it really just comes down to who's having the bigger moments for me. And I just don't know. I really just don't know. If they stay at range, I feel like Caio will be patient. I think he's willing to make it boring for the crowd. I don't think he's going to play into the pressure of the French crowd because, if it's a low-volume striking affair, that crowd is going to get restless after a while, I would have to imagine, especially if Imavov isn't having a ton of success. But I just don't know who's going to have the moments, and I don't know who's going to, initiate the clinch work if it happens, who's going to go for takedowns if that happens, or if they're both willing to just strike for 25 minutes.
Is it fair to say, do you give Nasruddin the edge on the feet? Let's just stay primarily on the feet. Do you give Nasruddin the edge?
I think I do when it comes to getting close and to having the more impactful shots. Despite what I just mentioned about Caio dropping his last 3 opponents. But like, if they're just standing and striking at range and like Caio can just get in that karate stance and just like put up volume and just bounce in and out, like, He could just stay out of trouble and be landing more shots than him.
I see that, but I just feel like I think Nasruddin's going to lead the dance on the feet. I think there he'll probably be the one who's taking the aggressive position. But again, like, he's not like a super high volume guy. He's not this like mega output guy. And Caio, in the fight against Jared Cannonier, as you said, was able to kind of just get in and out, stay on his bicycle, land solid shots, and then just not be there to be hit by Cannonier, who himself is a super high volume guy, Cannonier.
And put out the volume. He put up over 150 strikes in that one.
Yeah, I wonder how successful that's going to be against Nasruddin is my thing. If it does play out there, I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden we start seeing some clinching, right? Lean on him a little bit. But then does it get to Caio's world? Does it get to the ground and maybe there's some real grappling exchanges beyond the clinch? It's going to be interesting to see. Ultimately, I'm like you. I just really don't have a great read on this fight. I could see either guy winning. If you told me Kyle went out there 50-45 them and was just boxing his ears off, I wouldn't be that surprised just based on that Cannonier performance. I was extremely impressed with kind of how he looked on the feet. If you told me that Nasruddin finished him in round 3 with some kind of TKO, I'd believe it. If you told me Nasruddin kind of like won a 48-47 decision, looked like a Chris Curtis type performance, I'd be like, yeah, sure, that makes sense to me too. There's really a lot of outcomes I could kind of see for this one. I don't have like a strong lean on how it's going to go.
I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know who the winner ultimately will be, but my hot take here is that it is going to go to decision with the durability of the guys and like not like lethal finishing threats from either one of them. And I think it's going to be a close fight. I don't think either dude is going to make this like stamp statement. And then the pressure is going to be on RDR and Fluffy to go out there and put on a show.
That's just what I was going to say. Devil's advocate. Do you think somebody presses the gas pedal because and I guess the answer you answered it is no.
I think if someone does, I think it's going to be Imavov in front of the crowd and also wanting to lock in a title shot.
I'm thinking there's
and also you sorry to interrupt you. You have to get a confidence from finishing Cannonier and Adesanya.
Yeah.
You have to walk out of that Adesanya fight after finishing him in the second round being like, I'm the fucking man. Like,
yes.
I can get these finishes and I can do it to Caio Borralho as well.
Finishing Adesanya on the feet, like, that is an impressive thing to do. Like, you know, we are certainly not seeing the best years of Israel Adesanya right now, right? The prime was a few years ago, but I thought he looked. I thought Izzy in that fight up until that point looked fantastic, and to be able to finish Israel Adesanya to me was a real confidence booster in terms of Nasruddin Imavov. It gave him more confidence, and it gave me more confidence in him being a real title threat. I think you have to ride that, and man, I think you probably do have to press that gas pedal. Will he? I don't know. But I think you have to leave no doubt in the fans' mind, in the UFC's mind, that it can't be RDR. It can't be Fluffy Hernandez. It must be me. I've finished Adesanya, and now I finished Caio. Give me my fucking title shot. I feel like he has to.
They're building the card around him. In France, wherever he was born or whatever, he's going to be flying that French flag on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And
that kind of became a storyline a little bit.
Caio himself said it was just like he's not an actual French dude. But then obviously Imavov responds with a promo of his own, repping French as hard as possible. You know,
I always get a little
from the French national team being like, "Come on, this is French versus Brazil. You're going to get it done. It's all on you." When he walks out with the red, white, and blue on Saturday night, that crowd is going to go nuts for him. Also, Dana White's saying that he's not sure who's going to get the next title shot. That could also put pressure on it. So, yeah, I think if anyone's going to press the gas pedal, I think it's going to be Imavov.
I also just think, like, stylistically, like, what does Caio pressing the gas pedal look like? Like, he's not this, like, a bulldog aggressive guy. It's going to, like, Caio's, the brilliance of Caio's style and the brilliance of the Fighting Nerds and the brilliance of him is just like this mastermind is like he's strategic. He is a very extremely smart, cerebral fighter who knows how to get a win. He has figured out the game in a way that very few have. He is going to come in with a rock solid game plan for how to defeat Nasruddin Imavov. And I bet that game plan is not run straight at him and try and take his head off. Like that's probably not the game plan. So I think he's not going to be scared to execute his game plan. If he does win, though, and it is that kind of like, hey, maybe he got a 49-46, it didn't really necessarily go over super well with the crowd because he's on, in enemy territory, does that get you a title shot? I wonder if he has to worry about that.
It's going to be fascinating. It's a high-level fight. I can't wait
super
for it.
High
Crowd's
level.
Going to be going crazy. I mean, it's everything you could ask for in a fight night, especially as the main event. It's going to be great. Let's go to the co-main event. Benoit Saint-Denis, another Frenchman taking on a member of the Fighting Nerds, Mauricio Huffy. You talk about the crowd going crazy. I think they're going to be on absolute tilt for this one. Like the only way that they aren't is if BSD just strictly goes to the wrestling, and that could be a game plan for him. We haven't really seen Huffy's grappling and wrestling tested like that, and standing on the feet with a guy like Mauricio Huffy probably isn't the smartest idea. But I don't know if BSD is going to do that. There's no telling me if he's going to do that. Like we've seen him grapple before, but like. With this crowd going, Huffy puts him into a firefight. We've seen him willing to engage the Dustin Poirier fight. Like the crowd starts going crazy. He just gives into the crowd. Like I don't know the game plan, but I think this fight has the makings of being a war.
We saw in his last fight that BSD is capable of the smart strategy, right? We saw.
But man, how much credit do you give? Like the Prepolek fight, he was minus 1,600 getting a guy on super short notice.
100%. You're completely right to point that out. But what we saw in that fight, as a minus 1,600 favorite, it would be easy for BSD to walk in there and just try to take his head off and be like, I have to perform this way. He was composed. He was patient. He was grappling, and he ultimately got the finish. It was a very smart game plan by BSD. I wonder if the fights prior to this, the losing skid, gave him a little bit of a reset and an understanding of like, I need to be a little bit smarter about how I'm approaching these fights together. Or if it was just, hey, I need to get a win here, and now that I've got this win back under my belt, now I can go back to being this absolute wrecking ball of a striker. I imagine that the best version of BSD is one that combines all those things, right? Where he can be pressing the gas pedal, super aggressive, making it hell for you to stand with him, and then when there's an opening, going for that takedown, utilizing that underrated submission game and trying to like do it that way. I think it's going to be very hard with the way that Mauricio kind of like dances around. He's got that like bladed Conor McGregor karate style sideways stance. It's going to be very hard to probably like get into exchanges where you're controlling him as opposed to just kind of like floating around and you guys are trying to find shots. I wonder how much success he's going to have even if he wanted to grapple. Ultimately, I think it'll probably be more of that striking battle. BSD is super dangerous in that exchange, though. Even though he's been on the losing end of some of those exchanges. Like the Dustin Poirier is a great example of just like, look, he faced a guy who has power as well, and that guy got him before he got. Although actually, in the first round, Poirier got pretty good by BSD as well. So he happened to come out on the wrong end of that. But I don't know. Like, this could be a too much too soon. Like, BSD's been here.
The way the fans win is if it's just a 15-minute striking affair that probably doesn't go 15 minutes, and it's just like all action, crowd going crazy. If BSD gets a finish, they just absolutely explode. If Huffy gets a finish, it's like, oh my God, this is so crazy. That's how the fans win. But man, I can just see it now. Like, Hoofy's having like some decent success on the feet, like 3.5, 4 minutes into the first round, and then like BSD just like blasts a double and just tackles him.
It's possible. It is possible. He's so springy though. Like, I wonder if you can even get him to like plant his feet to be able to shoot that takedown. I'm sure when he is planting his feet, most of the time you're going to probably have to dodge something pretty gnarly, like a spinning back kick or something that is super dangerous coming your way. If they do stand there and just trade, who do you favor? If they just stand and it's a strike. Yeah.
He's just too finesse. Like, it's just too much finesse. He's just
accuracy,
like too clean.
The
he has too much knockout power. Like, I would have to favor him. But I do love the stylistic matchup of the finesse against sort of like the brute force of BSD. Like, he just kind of like gets in close and just puts your head into the canvas.
God, we're seeing the images of that Bobby Green. God, that was a
He has so many ways that he can finish you.
That's the thing.
And like the Jan Top fight, like, is the one fight where he didn't get the knockout, but like, dude, the damage he put on Jan Top, and also like the weight discrepancy there, missing weight and everything like that. Like, you just don't know how much that played into it. He just has so many weapons to finish you, and like, he's just too springy, moves in and out, just like the accuracy, the range of weapons that he has to finish you. If it just stays striking for 15 minutes, I have to favor Hoofy.
Yeah. As I said, I think the best strategy for BSD is going to be to mix those things, right? Be dangerous on the feet. Exchange with Hoofy as much as you can. If it gets dicey, look for an opportunity to take him down and be able to kind of be in your world there, because we've seen when he's able to do that, it's crushing there too. Like, he has a real finishing ability once he's in that position. So
yeah, I mean, look at the stat right there: 10 of 14 wins by submission.
Yeah, like he's
nasty on the ground.
Not even just the submissions. When he gets you down, the pressure that he's applying from the top is extremely kind of hard to deal with.
But man, BSD, like, I also say, like, I favor Hoofy and he can finish him and yada yada yada. But like, BSD is tough as fuck.
Oh yeah,
like Renato Moicano had to damn near kill him to get him out of there. Obviously, Dustin Poirier
got him.
He packs insane power into his punch, and then the Zaleski dos Santos one made it to the scorecards, but like, God,
somehow
shouldn't have.
Yeah,
but like the toughness that this dude has, like, he's willing to go through the fire to get it. It's a banger, dude.
It's
like,
a great fight.
This to me is the people's main event. Like, this is the one I'm looking forward to most.
What I love about this one is a lot of times when we're calling like, this one's going to be a striker's delight, this one's going to be a banger, a lot of times it's guys who are just going to box with each other. Like, that's how we kind of like have outlined the bangers. Like, a lot of times it's like, oh, Ilia Topuria and Max Holloway are just going to stand in the middle and box with each other. This one's so kind of stylistically opposed, right? Diametrically opposite. Like the way you said it, of BSD is just a pressure like fighter, a bull, a wrecking ball, and Hoofy is this kind of just like finesse guy with the range and the different movements. It's so fascinating stylistically to me. I love this fight. It's definitely my favorite fight on the card.
Two guys that I really think will be aggressive, that will really buy into the crowd and just like build on this atmosphere in here as you crescendo into the main event. I also just love the matchmaking. It's the 13th versus 15th ranked guy, two guys who have built names for themselves off of creating highlights and taking really good fights. And you're getting BSD, the Frenchman, in the co-main event in his home country. Like it's brilliant matchmaking, in my opinion. It should be a banger. As far as who's going to win, I guess I'll side with Hoofy. But like both these co-main and main events, it wouldn't surprise me if it goes either way.
I feel like I'm leaning BSD.
I love it. I
feel like I'm leaning BSD.
It's that beret you got on your head, man.
Shout out.
It's speaking.
I'm feeling the energy.
It's speaking to you. Let's keep it rolling. The featured bout of the evening, Modestas Bukauskas taking on Paul Craig. Paul Craig coming off the weird one against Adolfo Bellato in Atlanta. I was at that. It ended up being a no contest, kind of a crazy fight there. And afterward, Paul Craig told Anthony Smith that if the UFC didn't offer him another fight, he was just going to retire, call it quits. Hasn't had a win in over 2 years. He's 37 years old. We've kind of fluctuated between weight classes. I just don't know where he's at. And then on the flip side of that, Modestas Bukauskas, sneaky 3-fight win streak, is 5-1 since returning to the UFC.
Yeah, this is Modestas' fight to win.
Yeah,
there's no other way to say it.
It's just like two guys passing in the night, and it's like at this point, Paul Craig, like, you have to make whoever, unless he's fighting someone just way below his level, you have to make the other dude a favorite. You just don't really know what Paul Craig you're going to get in there. It has to go to the mat for him to benefit from it. I doubt Bukauskas is going to go there with him. I think he's just going to try and strike and knock him out. You have to favor Bukauskas.
The problem with Paul Craig at this point in his career is if you put him in there with a better striker, it's just going to be hard for him to win. He doesn't have the great entries into the takedowns. He doesn't have the great opportunity to get people to the ground. A lot of the times when he ends up on the ground, it's either him being knocked down, there's a scramble, there's some kind of opportunity. He needs to generate those because most of the time he's kind of content to strike with people and then it somehow finds its way to the ground. If you put him in there with a better striker, he's just going to not compete. Like, he's not that good a striker even this late into his MMA career and this point in his UFC career. He's not really like super sharp on the feet. We saw it in the Bo Nickal fight, who himself is not, just learning this kind of game and how to strike. Bo just sat there and boxed with him, and it just didn't look good.
Yeah, Bukauskas though, -400, kind of tough to trust.
Nah, I think that's I think that's pretty.
Good. Like, hey man, he's just sneaky. It makes sense. Could be a fun one, but I do imagine that Modestas is going to have the upper hand in the striking, and that's probably where that one is going to stay. Let's keep it rolling. Balaji Okai taking on Mason Jones. We were at Mason Jones last fight.
We were.
Monster favorite, like -6, -700 against Jeremy Stephens. Jeremy Stephens gave him a scrap, man.
He was competitive.
Yeah, I mean, it was 30-27 on all three judges' scorecards,
exactly.
but like, there were some dicey moments for Mason Jones. Like, Jeremy Stephens, like, he had some moments, kind of made him go to the wrestling. He ended up getting 8 takedowns in that fight. But like, he did get a hit. Jeremy Stephens made it exciting.
I think it was just good for Mason to see one go through the net, like have that. He left the UFC, he got his wins on Cage Warriors, came back to the UFC, got one in the UFC over a veteran in Jeremy Stephens. I think he kind of needed that win to show him, like, okay, I belong, I'm back, I'm ready. He's very talented. He's somebody that people have been talking about for a long time as one of these, highly touted prospects. I think this is another opportunity for him to show, like, I am of this level. I belong here. So I'm interested to see, because as you said, like, it wasn't one-way traffic in terms of that. Like, Jeremy Stephens gave him a fight, but I never felt like Jeremy Stephens was going to win that fight. I think it felt more like he was kind of surviving, as opposed to he was putting Mason in any like dangerous positions.
Not an easy matchup for Mason Jones. Again, like, Oki's a good striker, and like this has a chance. If Mason Jones does not go to the wrestling, like we've seen, like, he either strikes for 15 minutes or he's going to end up getting like 8 to 10 takedowns in the fight. If he ends up just striking with Oki, like, there's a very good chance that this is a scrap, like a war. Oki puts up over 7 significant strikes a minute. Mason Jones like 5.5. Like, there's a chance that this is one of those ones where it's like 147 to 139 significant strikes after 15 minutes of striking, and it's just a great fight that the crowd loves.
And Who do you give the edge to at this moment?
I'm going Mason Jones. I like you mentioned, like people have been talking about him for a while. I like the fact that not only can he put up the volume in the striking, he's a competent striker, but I also like that he can go to the wrestling if he needs to.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that the line was as tight and as close as it is, because I do feel like Mason is the one with the name and the UFC experience and the one that people have kind of like pegged as like this could be a guy. But it shows the respect that people have for Oki, and I think it's, as you said, like I think this has potential to be a really good fight. I also think it has potential to be kind of a showcase for Mason Jones to be like, yo, I'm here now and I'm ready to make my UFC run and I'm ready to make it count.
There really are some great scraps on this card. I think this could be one of them. Let's move on. Axel Sola taking on Reese McKee. Sola, like I mentioned, Aries champ, making his debut. Has been fighting at lightweight for the last 3 years, though. Now he's making his debut on like 2.5 weeks' notice, moving up to welterweight against Reese McKee. I don't know a ton about Sola. I know that Reese McKee has had his struggles in the UFC. So like it feels like an opportunity for Sola to make a nice debut, but the odds say otherwise. It's a very closely lined fight. So I'm just excited to watch Sola make his debut.
Yeah, and I was talking about Mason Jones in this way. Like Reese McKee is a similar story, right? It's like the results have been super mixed in the UFC to the point that people are like, oh, is he kind of like what we thought he could be? He's always going to have like physical advantages, right? He is just a long, like kind of guy. He's an opposing figure in there. I ultimately like he's the underdog, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's the underdog.
Slight underdog. 1-4 in the UFC.
I like you. I don't have a ton of knowledge about his opponent, so it's going to be interesting to see like if the experience in the UFC like leans his way and gives him a little bit of favor.
No, like even if he's losing these UFC fights, does the experience just help? Because
the level is way higher.
It's tough, man. We've been talking a lot this year about just like it's tough to gauge these debutantes, like to know where they're going to be at, to know if they're really going to be UFC level. Sometimes they come in and they make massive waves, and sometimes they come in and it's just like maybe you weren't ready.
I mean, not for nothing. Like Reese McKee fought fucking Khamzat Chimaev. Like
this is not Khamzat Chimaev.
No, this is not Khamzat Chimaev. But like he's been in there with the guy. Like this is the king of the middleweight. Like he has been in there with such high level competition. The hardest thing for me to gauge, as you said, is like debutante. But now debutante against guy who has been mixed results in the UFC is almost like even harder. A guy who's been like cruising in the UFC, you go, okay, he's going to smoke the debutante. A guy who's been losing in the UFC, you probably go, oh, maybe he isn't really like UFC caliber. The guy who's kind of just been like win some, lose some, don't really know. It's the hardest thing to gauge. It's interesting to me that he's an underdog, but you know, I we'll have to just see how this one plays out. Sola, like I know not enough about Sola to kind of have much of a lean here. If Sola is as good a prospect as the odds would reflect, right, to be a favorite in his UFC debut over a guy who has a decent amount of UFC experience, this will be the proving ground to do it. Like, this will be a big stage for him to go, okay, I've stamped my ticket, and now I'm ready to make a run.
There's a lot of fights like that on this card, and I'm looking forward to them. The next one being the opener for the main card, Losang Keita taking on Patricio Pitbull. We can throw shade all day at like Patricio Pitbull maybe not putting on the most exciting fight so far in the UFC, but we cannot throw shade on the activity. Last time we saw him, UFC 319, 7 weeks ago, picks up a win against Dan Ige. Yep. First time we saw him was in April at UFC 314, I believe it was. So within 5 months of him making his debut, he's already getting in there for the third time, and he's taking on a debutant. Yeah. In Europe, like taking on this guy Losang Keita, who Octagon pound for pound #1 2-division champion in the sport, like kind of been like a hyped up prospect. Like this is kind of a big deal that he's making the debut, and what a test he gets in his debut against Patricio Pitbull. Like this is a moment where you could potentially make a future star, especially in Europe. Like he talks, you know, on his Instagram and stuff, how he's already conquered Europe, you know, winning 2 divisions in Octagon. 16-1, and his one loss, you can go watch it on the Octagon YouTube channel right now, is just like a freak injury, breaking his foot. I watched it probably 10 times, and I can't even see where he broke his foot. Took 11 months off, has come back since. I believe he's 4-0 since then, was able to recapture a belt in Octagon. So, like, this is a debut that I really want to see what level he's at, and against the guy in Patricio Pitbull, I think that's a perfect gauge to see where he is at.
Yeah, this is the debutante I know the most about because I've kind of been following his career. There's a guy who I DM with, and unfortunately I didn't have time before the show to look up his name, but we would talk about like Cedric Doumbé as he was kind of rising the local scene ranks. Losang is also somebody who we would kind of like tune in for his fights and then exchange notes about. This is tough sledding for Pitbull, if I'm being completely honest with you. The version of Pitbull that we have seen in the UFC has not been super impressive. He does not look like the guy who kind of, made his cut his teeth in Bellator and became one of the best fighters in Bellator history, a top pound for pound, a top guy in that weight class for so long. We have not seen the version of that guy in the UFC. He is facing a young, hungry finisher type fighter that I think is going to have his number on this night.
Gets knockouts. 6 of his last 8 wins are by knockout. He's been in octagon for the last 4 years. I think he fought 10 times over an octagon. Like I mentioned, was able to win 2 different belts over there. Only 27 years old. If you go on his socials, he's kind of got the makings of someone who has potential to be a star in this sport. So yeah, man, you could immediately jump into the top 15 at 145 in the UFC with a win here. Get a name like Patricio Pitbull on your resume. This is a massive opportunity. You're opening up the main card. This fight, other than the co-main event, is the one I'm looking forward to most just out of the curiosity to see what Kayla's got.
100%. The reservation comes with what we talked about earlier, which is those lights get bright. And we saw it for Pitbull himself, who's a super experienced guy.
Yeah.
Those lights get bright, and not even from the perspective of when I talk about, or anybody talks about octagon jitters, I don't think it's necessarily this oh shit, I'm so scared to be in the octagon. Oh my God, look at all these people looking at me. That's not what octagon jitters is, at least in my mind. When I think about octagon jitters, what I think about is I'm pressing in moments that I might not have previously because I want to make an impression. Or now I'm all the way looking for this finish. I'm trying to make a stamp in my UFC debut, and shit, I've gassed myself out. It's these tactical errors that become a factor of, I'm in the UFC, I need to show out on the stage, I need to make an impression, and it leads to these kind of mistakes. It leads to these mistakes in strategy and tactics. It is not this crippling anxiety, crippling fear of getting into the octagon. So when the bright lights are on, I think it's more of that shit, I'm in the big show now, I need to have a big show performance, and sometimes that causes you to make some errors. That could easily happen to a debutant, and often does happen to a debutant. You look at Aaron Pico, you go, if this was his 3rd fight in the UFC, is he pressing Lerone Murphy that hard? Maybe, because he is an aggressive fighter. But maybe he's not pressing that hard. Maybe he's 70% of that, and was that a tactical error? These are the things that I think you need to kind of fine-tune and think about, but the things that I think stack up against a debutant when you're making that octagon debut, when those octagon jitters hit.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, and I mean, being in front of a crowd like this as well
it's going to give him energy, but does that also work against him? It's I'm trying to take Pitbull's head off in the first 3 minutes, and shit, I've got nothing left in minute 7.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the game plan of Pitbull here as well. Does he go to the wrestling? Does he try to just stand and strike with this guy?
He's never been a super fast starter, so I feel he's going to be feeling out the approach, which will probably serve him well. Let's see how this looks at the 7 to 10 minute mark of the fight if it gets there.
It's going to be fascinating. Very curious to see how that one plays out. Could potentially have a new guy on our hands in Los Angeles come Saturday evening. Let's go to the prelims. William Gomis taking on Robert Ruchala. Mentioned that he is a KSW champ making his debut here as well. This is it's like a William Gomis fight, man. There's only one way to describe it. Kind of similar striking styles. I imagine it's going to be sort of on the lower volume end in a very, very close fight. William Gomis, 5 UFC fights. We got split decision. No, I'm sorry. Started majority decision.
Okay.
Went split decision. Got a 3rd round finish. Split decision. Split decision. So the 4 times he's gone to the scorecard, it's either been a majority or split every single time. It's always just you're watching it and you're like, yeah,
he looks pretty good.
I'm pretty sure William Gomis won that fight. But if you give it to the other guy, I'm not gonna be pissed. Definitely can't call it a robbery. Definitely can't call it a robbery either way. So yeah, I just I don't know. I'd love to see Gomis kind of separate and put a stamp. He's got the one finish to his name, but I'd like to see him in front of his home crowd, really put a stamp on the debutant, or the debutant come in and put a stamp and make a name for himself, getting a win off William Gomis.
I don't think you're gonna get your wish if I'm projecting. If I'm forecasting, I think it's going to be 29-28. Do we go split? No.
Sal D'Amato scores the fight.
No.
29-28.
Unanimous. 29-28. William.
Bird scores it. 29-28.
No, Bird scores it.
30-26.
30? Yes, exactly.
Ruchala.
Yeah, exactly.
Sal D'Amato scores it. 29-27 Gomis. It's wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So we'll see how that one plays out. Another Frenchman going, Umar Sy taking on Brenson Haberio. This feels like a fight that is set up for Umar Sy to win. here, but I don't know if it's going to be that exciting. You're giving a guy who gets takedowns, a guy who has 0% takedown defense in Brinson Aberio. 7 attempts have been made. 7 attempts have been successful.
Oh, wow.
So I would imagine Umar C's game plan is probably going to be to come in here, take him down, and kind of just wear on him. Like, I don't know if we're going to get a finish. Maybe Aberio gets aggressive and, like, ends up giving him his back or gets into a bad position or something like that. But, like, Aberio's going to come in here and try and knock C's head off, but I imagine a takedown will come early and often for him.
I feel like he's live for a finish. You don't think so?
Aberio?
No.
Oh, C? Yeah, of course he's live.
Once he's there on the ground,
Yeah.
I feel like he can find something
Yeah, it's just this feels like a setup fight, but
to give him that performance.
but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. The game plan is there. Take him down. Don't stand and strike with this guy.
He will.
He will try to knock you out. Marcin Tybura taking on the debuting Ante Delia, former PFL heavyweight tournament champion. What does Ante Delia have for the UFC heavyweight division?
I think he's going to be interesting in this heavyweight division. He's also been a guy who's kind of like not exactly like, blown the doors off and like announced himself in this major way, but he's been a very like capable and competent fighter for the PFL. To me, this is kind of just more of a like, where is Marcin Tybura at this point in his career? He's 39 years old.
Yeah.
Like, how long can he kind of be the upset guy? Like, how long can he kind of just be the guy that like everybody's like, oh yeah, we'll just put him in there with Marcin Tybura, and then Marcin finds a way to win. Like, that is exactly like how his career has gone this entire time.
Yeah, I'll say for Marcin, like, he's 10-3 in his last 13, and his losses are to Tom Aspinall, champ, Volkov, number 2, and Sergey Spivak, who he also has a win over, who's also like a top 10 heavyweight. So it's just sort of like, is Ante Delia is he a top 10 heavyweight? I was at the 2022 championships when he won, and the crowd went bonkers for him. He had a massive, I believe, Croatian outfit
Croatian,
there. Yeah, they were going nuts for this guy. So I'm wondering if he'll have a big contingency at UFC Paris, but I don't know, man. This has Buchecha written all over it, where it's just like Tybura comes in, 29-28, decision victory in the heavyweight division.
On the other side of the ledger,
Okay.
his only losses are to Moldavsky and 2 to Capoloza.
What are the wins? Jorgen De Castro, Maurice Green.
Wait, does he have a fight against Marcin Tybura before they got to the UFC? Before they got into the big show?
Does he?
Yes, I think he does.
Oh, wow. So this should actually
Is
be
this a rematch?
This should be marketed as Delia Tybura too.
They had a fight in 2015 in M1. Let me just verify. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so in that first fight,
We don't know ball. And it ended in a leg
injury.
by Delia. So Delia's trying to get
We
revenge
should crunch
for a
the
leg
tape
injury.
on this one. We should go back and look at that one.
This is actually us not knowing ball here.
But
This
by
is
the way-
Tybura Delia too.
That's now a legit decade ago.
Yeah.
It's September
Almost to the week. September 20th, 2015.
of 2015. So a decade ago. I imagine that their careers have taken significantly different paths and evolved since then. But yeah, like recent losses, it's Bruno Capoloza and it's Valentin Moldavsky. So like he has also been losing to elite talent and winning against the others. And like he's got Jorgen De Castro, he's got Mo the Pirate Green, like Renan Ferreira. He's got, UFC caliber talent names on his win ledger as well. This is kind of a fascinating one. I don't really know which way it's going to go. Ultimately, I always kind of favor Marcin to be able to get it done because he has been so successful at doing that. Like the ones he's supposed to lose, he just finds a way other than the Tom Aspinalls and the Volkovs of the world. So I ultimately lean that direction. But at 39 years old, there is a limit to how long you can kind of do that for. You can't be that guy forever. I wonder if this is one where Ante is able to sneak through. I'm fascinated to see it being like nearly a pick'em makes a lot of sense to me.
There's so many closely lined fights on this card. You got Hanat Fakhretdinov taking on Andreas Gustafsson, -120, +100. You've got Tybura versus Delia, -115, -105. You've got Axel Sola versus Reese McKee, -130, +110. Mason Jones, -130, +110 against Oki. You've got the main event, Kyle Bahalio versus Imavov, -125, +105. A lot of very, very closely lined fights on this card, which is fantastic.
I like it.
It's the best when you don't know what's going to happen. We'll see if we've got a future contender for one Tom Aspinall. Wait, is Delia on the list? On Aspinall's list of I can't fight because he's come to my house?
He might be, yeah. Maybe.
Was it Delia or was it, who was it? It was the Serbian who just got cut, signed with Octagon. Why can't I think of his name?
Oh,
Say his name. And he appears.
Jesus Christ.
James Tahuna?
No, why can neither of us come up
Martin
with his
Budai?
name? Yes,
Martin
Budai.
Budai.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Thank you, man. We don't know our ball in our heavyweight divisions. We didn't know this was
No,
Delia
but-
Tibero too, and we couldn't remember Martin Budai.
I do feel like there's some other guys on that list though, like has trained with Tom Aspinall and come to the crib.
Shout out. We keep rolling.
Yes.
Caio Fernandez taking on Harry Hardwick. Hardwick, super short notice debut, Cage Warrior champion.
People are excited about that one.
Yeah, we'll see. This is another one where it's just like, we'll see. I just don't know that much about the debutantes. Like, it's nice to see they got belts. They've got, 10, 12, 15 pro fights under the belt. Maybe they're good. We got to find out once they get to the UFC. A lot of curiosity fights for me this weekend.
Yeah, same.
Sam Patterson, Trey Waters. Sam Patterson finally meeting his match in size. Trey Waters is going to be 6'5" to Sam Patterson 6'3". Could be very interesting. Sam Patterson, 3 straight first-round finishes since moving up to welterweight. So he's been putting on exciting fights and got finished in the first round when he was at 155.
Is he actually 6'5"? Jesus Christ.
Trey Waters is a big boy.
That is
Big
massive.
boy. I want to say Trey Waters fought
Quinlan?
Josh Quinlan, and it was like the biggest disparity in reach that's ever happened in the UFC. Like, I want to say it was like something like 78 to 66. Maybe I'm just completely remembering this wrong. Yeah, I am. 77 to 72.
No, maybe it was a different fight though.
Someone has like wildly short reach that I just can't remember. Maybe it was Jason Witt, Adam Fugit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just misremembering.
Just deep
this.
cuts there.
Molly McCann. Brad Tavares taking on Robert Brycek. Big Brad still getting reps in, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be doing this forever. Brad Tavares could be in the UFC for the next 20 years, I feel like.
Yeah, Brycek wasn't that great in Octagon, 4-3, and then he lost to Ihor Potieria in his UFC debut, and now he gets 26 fight veteran in the UFC, Brad Tavares. I like Brad's chances here. I like Brad's chances.
I'm on the Brad side here.
Renat Fakhretdinov taking on Andreas Gustafsson. I like this, man. I think Gustafsson's going to force Renat to engage. Renat's still undefeated in the UFC, though some people would say otherwise. That sketchy decision out in the desert. I think Gustafsson will bring the fight to him, and it'll be exciting.
Yeah, agreed. Like, people are very excited about Gustafsson, and I think he
One is a dog against Chaos in his debut a couple months ago.
Yeah,
it was
showed
good, man.
Exactly. He showed like his level in that fight against Chaos Williams.
Sam Page, Sam Hughes,
Shout
Shauna
out.
Bannon, kicking off the card for us. I got Sam Page.
I'm all over the Sam Page. Give me Sam Page.
You're not a believer in Bannon.
Yeah, that last one where she almost lost, that was
Until she didn't.
boy, that was
Everyone
not good.
remembers Bannon and Tomar. The war of
Getting
March
dropped by
2025.
Tomar to me was like,
You're
this
not a
is
part
a-
of Mama B's army?
this is an auto fade for a while.
Okay, Sam Page, Sam Hughes. That's the pick for one New York Rick. Maybe he's Parlay Pals pick.
Maybe.
Who knows?
We'll have to
That
see.
was the same pick.
Tune in later.
We'll give you first pick.
Thank you.
I already have PT's pick, and I know it's not that, so we'll give you first pick.
All
so
right.
you can take Sam Page Hughes. All right, that is UFC Paris. 14 fights, starts at noon Eastern over here in the States. I mean, this is what you ask for. Like, you get that on the big screen. You get dual screens going with it, college football. There's a couple good matchups this weekend. And then you just enjoy. Probably around like 4 o'clock Eastern, you'll be getting the main card of this, maybe 3 o'clock Eastern. Main card's delightful. A lot of debutantes on this card, but some great matchups as well. A lot of stakes going on with Nasruddin Imavov and Kyle Bahalio. Top 15 matchup in the lightweight division, BSD, Mauricio Huffy. It's a good card, man. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited
A
about it.
European showcase.
Exactly. Yeah, and as we said, the energy of the crowd, I think, is going to be unmissable. It's going to be worth the price of admission.
Croissants on Saturday morning at the Jackman household. Set of
We
bagels.
usually actually have those
Bacon,
in
egg,
the
and
house.
cheese on a croissant.
Nah. Now you're getting too crazy.
A little French press coffee.
No, don't drink coffee.
Wow. I'll be abiding in both. It'll be
love
great.
it.
Yeah, maybe some snails, maybe some escargot later in the day as well. All right, we will get into our bets and picks in just a moment. We're going to take a short break. Station identification. Don't worry, it's not as many as last time. We heard your complaints. Please don't shoot the messenger. My God, we heard your complaints. Just one here at the top of the hour. We'll be back in 2 short minutes.
Back in your life! Finally!
We have a lot to talk about.
I didn't care about a big fight or money. I cared about the heavyweight title. That's all I've ever been bothered about.
Join us for the entire first round live on Yahoo Sports.
This is the biggest shock of the draft.
Super Bowl 59 on Radio Row with Jaden Daniels.
Put me on the spot like that.
Here with first-time Olympian Stephen Curry. You and LeBron's relationship has had to evolve.
And see blood on the other side, but still have the utmost respect for who you're playing against.
You know, alerts on your phone. Oh, KD's thinking about leaving. Like, where's this coming from?
Coach Prime, Deion Sanders.
They don't put a gold jacket on your back and you don't know what you're doing.
The head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, Jim Harbaugh.
It's like being around greatness.
How does that feel when you hear that? Shador Sanders, future NFL quarterback.
You the first one I ever hear say that. Like, that's wild. But I'm thankful.
And they're going to be here for a long time.
Now to a fun part of today's program.
Like, I literally went to college with Chris Paul. Like, he's still in the NBA.
He could not hit another home run all year. It'd be a great season.
Yes, correct.
I got to make an admission first, J-Rod.
Oh, God.
I grew up a Boston Red Sox fan.
I knew that.
I used to hate you.
I've gotten to a point where I can smell you guys.
And I think winning with the Buccaneers put him at a completely different level. He has the greatest resume of any quarterback in football history.
They have a chance to get to the Eastern Conference Finals and win it. The realist in me says that ain't happening at all.
I don't want to treat you like a regular journalist because I feel like me and you have a good relationship.
I would put Travis Hunter in that same category as those two players. The difference between he and Rome Odunze, Travis Hunter is just a special athlete.
I actually think this is a smart decision by them.
This is what we're going to bring in. This is who we are. This is the style that we're doing.
And it was a long, beautiful conversation.
What a fun interview, Nate.
Hey, thanks, coach. Are you not like all talked out after talking to people for so long?
This is my life.
Okay.
I could do this for 8 hours.
Got it.
Wow.
All right, UFC Paris picks, predictions, bets. Let's start with the Parlay Pals. Didn't hit at UFC Shanghai. Our hot streak has officially come to an end.
It's tough.
Yeah, you guys nailed it on PFL. Me and Frankie didn't come through on.
Okay, UFC was tough. Shanghai. PFL was all right. Okay,
yeah.
Lesson learned.
Frankie loves those overs. Frankie loves those overs. PT already gave me his pick. He went with Mauricio Huffy in the co-main event.
Makes sense. I like it. Although, even though I said earlier,
Parlay Pals.
Love it.
Love that just like coming in as.
No, I like that. I like that. We don't need to toss to it. I like it just dropping right in. It's fantastic. So Pete going with Mauricio Huffy.
Even though I said earlier I liked BSD, that's not making me feel good about it. But
you go first then.
Oh,
and then I'll go second. And then Frankie, you can bring up the rear.
You're never gonna believe this. I'm going with Sam Hughes.
Oh, Sam Hughes, Sam Page. Shout out. Not part of Mama B's army.
I'm going with Sam Hughes.
Nah, that's fucked.
Sam Hughes it is. Maybe Pizzi will be mad at me.
I'm going to go with the Frenchman, the biggest favorite from France on the card, Umar Sy.
Does he get a finish?
No.
Decision?
Pretty boring 30-27.
All right.
My prediction.
We'll take it.
Frankie?
You know what? It's going to be Pitbull and Kita going over 1.5 rounds.
Oh, we're taking an alt over.
Yeah. Gotta mix it up a little bit, but still an over. Gotta stay on brand.
All right. I don't mind that. I'm looking forward to that fight very much. And now I guess we're going to have some action on it. There it is. Plus 205.
Wow, the over 1.5 on that is minus 425, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Damn right it is.
Still in the green, though. Still in the green.
All right. Cash that check.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that just because Charles Johnson was looking like he was going to go over until he didn't on UFC Shanghai, which was unfortunate. All right, let me run through my bets real quick. We will start with an underdog, Trey Waters. I like that he's the same size as Sam Patterson. I think he can just outstrike him. I think he can even get a finish here in this one. I know Sam Patterson, 3 straight first-round finishes, but I like Trey Waters' chances here to use his size, use his range, and get this one done. We roll along. Mason Jones. Talked about how I like he can put up the volume in the striking and also go to the wrestling if he needs to. I honestly thought he should have been a bigger favorite. So at minus 135, I will take him. A few gimmick parlays. We'll start. Sam Page, Sam Hughes, Umar Sy. 1/2 of the Parlay Pals, minus 157. We roll along. Mauricio Huffy, Caio Bajalio. That is a Fighting Nerds parlay. It worked for me on UFC 319. I'm going back to the well to see if it'll work for me again. If it does, I'm just the biggest Fighting Nerds fan on earth. And then the French favorite parlay. Umar C. William, go me. Axel Sola. Is that going to hit? I have no idea, but I'm just backing the French favorites in those. And those are the picks. Those are the bets for UFC Paris. I do have a prop parlay. Some overs. Over 1.5 in Imavov, Caio, Gomi, Ruchala, and Renat versus Andreas. I kept the French favorites there. Didn't update that. We'll get the graphics department on that. Lickety split. And those are the bets for UFC Paris. Looking forward to the card this weekend. Nice little afternoon card. And in honor of UFC Paris, me and Frankie, we said we got to try some snails. So we did a fight feast for UFC Paris, and we did just that. We tried snails. We tried steak frites. We tried many, many French fruits throughout New York City just a couple of weeks ago. Hopped in the Winnebago. Took it around New York City. Please enjoy. Bonjour. The UFC returns to the City of Light this weekend with a highly ranked middleweight matchup. Nasruddin Imavov taking on Caio Bajalio. So in honor of the promotion's return to Paris, we are going to try the best French food New York City has to offer. We're going to eat snails. We're eating fucking snails today, but we're going to start at La Bonne Soup, some French onion soup. Fight Feast episode 26. Alazé. Only way to start your morning in France is with a big crock of French onion soup. La Bonne Soup. Haven't had French onion soup in a while. Can you hear it? It's like caramelized over. It's beautiful. Cheese all around it. Here we go. We're going right in. Oh, that's a lot of cheese. Let's try one more, Frankie. Trying to get the perfect cheese pull. We're trying to top the Chicago one. I don't think we're gonna get it. Got my boy Dev here, legend. He asked, is the soup gonna be hot? It's incredible. Bone broth, onions, bread. Choking on some cheese there. I don't know how you can't like this. The cheese is never ending. Is this the ugliest anyone's ever eaten a French onion soup? As a man who's had many French onion soups, this is especially good. At the end, you get to slurp it through the tray like you just finished a bowl of cereal. It's a lot of cheese. It's a lot of cheese. Escargot time. This is a special dish for escargot. This is snails, snail coffins. We've had shark on Fight Feast. We've had kangaroo. We've had crawfish. This is far and away the one I'm most nervous for. Growing up, Gary was always my favorite character on SpongeBob, so this feels a little sacrilege. I'm uncomfortable right now. I'm really not looking forward to this. Frankie, you got to try one with me. Yeah, okay, come on. I saw him pick that up off the sidewalk. Here we go, Frank. All right, cheers. It tastes pretty good. Tastes like butter and garlic. No consistency similar to oysters. That's pretty good. This is better than I was expecting. Shout out. Here we go. Cheers.
Chewy. It's good to just think of it as cheese.
No, it tastes like butter, garlic. I'm down. Snails. Actually, out of everything, shark, kangaroo, crawfish, everything, snails are actually the best. I'm nervous for nothing. Now, every time I see a snail on the sidewalk, I'm just gonna toss it in the old gullet. Croque madame. Next up, ham and cheese sandwich with bechamel, a cream sauce that they've toasted on top with a fried egg. Not the monsieur, not monsieur, madame. Just open that egg up, let it flow. Okay, so just one slice of bread, not a full sandwich. One slice of bread on there, ham, bechamel, croque madame. Oh yeah, you can see the caramelization, the crispiness on the edges. pretty fucking good. Feels like a French take on Eggs Benedict. Instead of a hollandaise sauce, it's the bechamel. Instead of an English muffin, it's the piece of whatever bread this is. French bread, sourdough, baguette, brioche. Fantastic. I could start a Saturday morning with this any day of the week. That actually didn't make any sense. Start Saturday morning with this any day of the week. Moving forward, rest of the day, probably smaller bites. All right, ratatouille with burrata in it. I'm not gonna lie, I was anticipating something a little prettier than this. I've only seen pictures online. I've never had ratatouille before, so like, it was probably pretty in the pot and they had to scoop out some. Here we go, ratatouille, first time ever. Burrata in the middle. There it is, yeah, a little burrata, you know? Ratatouille, a little burrata, a little tomato, a little zucchini. It's cold. I was expecting it to be hot. It's frigid, it's ice cold. Was not anticipating any of that. This ratatouille has just been a roller coaster. You told me a rat made this stewie? Cold seasoned vegetables with a little bit of stinky cheese. This is more of Frank salad. Go ahead, Frank. There you go. All right, we guzzled up all the French onion. Now the best part. I scrape all the cheese off the side of the crock. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice stinky cheese. Let it fall into the bath of your backwash beef broth. All that cheese, and it's not even noon yet. A lot of cheese. Heavy on the croque monsieur. Actually, we had the croque madame. Heavy on the cheese and the French onion. Yeah. Gonna need to make sure I'm getting my fiber and gonna be backed up. That'll do it for le bon soup. Let's go eat some more snails. Get some steak frites and some croissants.
There's probably gonna be more cheese.
Yeah, more cheese for sure. Bienvenue à Place Dieu, Frenchette, here in the West Village. We're gonna try some eggs and snails. I think it's boulon day, something like that. Probably messed that up. Action Bronson says it's one of his favorite dishes on earth. We're gonna find out just how good it is. Maybe a little steak frites. Anything else French they have to offer. Frenchette, it's pas deux. This is the dish, the brouillade, slow cooked eggs, luxuriously soft, butter, cream, and right there in the middle, escargot. We add snails to it to make it that much more luxurious. Second snail of the day. These look divine. We've got our baguette here. Go ahead and rip this guy open. Waiter said it goes great with this. It almost like has like grits consistency. Here we go. Snail number 2 of the day. Wow. Eggs are tremendous. Like they're not even eggs. I can't even describe the consistency. I've never had anything like it. It's like a soup. It's like halfway between soup and grits. Creamy, buttery, salty. I think I'm a snail guy. I think we're good to say that now. I think I'm officially a guy who eats snails. Shout out to Bronson. I would come back for this on a Saturday morning, any day of the week, you know? Steak frites. This is seasoned butter on top. Look at that, beautiful. Steak frites. Here we go. So it's the French's take on a steak and mashed potato. It's a good steak. Great steak, actually. French fries feel a little odd. This is good. This is good. I don't know why I had something different in mind. I don't know, but I mean, it lives up to its name. It's steak and French fries, so eat your heart out, Helwani. Look at that dripping blood. Still kicking. Not even cooked, raw. Look at this. What's this, a bouquet of parsley? Okay, a little refresher before we go get some dessert. Some croissants. The elixir of the French. Best sugar on earth. Refreshing. Straight from the mountains. Water captured right at the source in France. Straight to me. Perrier before a croissant. Perrier. Perrier. As refreshing as it gets. Spot number 3. Le Portemont Forêt. We're getting croissant. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.
I'll be okay.
We just got our croissants from Le Portemont Forêt. Now let's go fucking eat them. Look at these croissants. Normal croissant, chocolate croissant, pistachio rose croissant, and raspberry almond croissant. All of these look unbelievable. L'appartement 4F. All right, how do we go about this? Frankie, come hold the box for me here, brother. You know what, let me properly do this. Hold on. Red beret for the croissant, match my jersey. All right, let's go with, this is the normal one first. Let's get that. Oh, flaky. Oh, flaky. Cross section, not too crazy on this one. Oh yeah, this is buttery. This is flaky. Buttery, crispy crust. Yeah. Yeah, I could eat 10 of those. It's buttery, it's flaky, it's perfect. Chicken salad on there would be unbelievable. Ham and cheese on there would be unbelievable. Egg, bacon, and cheese on there would be unbelievable. Just with your morning coffee would be unbelievable. Out of 1 out of 10, that's an 8.5. Chocolate. Oh yeah. Croissant au chocolat, as the French would say. Not a ton of chocolate there, I have to say. This is light on the chocolate. This is not much chocolate there. That bite, 0 chocolate. Pain au chocolat? Not so sure about that. Flaky is an understatement. Flaking everywhere. Okay, the bite with the chocolate is unbelievable. The bite with the chocolate, 10 out of 10. What say you, Frankie?
I want more chocolate. Very tasty.
Some guys just run by. I feel like such a fat ass stuffing my face with croissants. It looks like it snowed croissant flakes directly onto me. I look like a fat fuck. Camera guy Nick's now trying the croissant. There she goes. She just ordered for it like a toddler. She was like, I need croissant. Pistachio rose. This looks like a cookie right here. I don't know what's going on there. Did they slide a little cookie dough on top? Is that just like the crispification of it? Wow, this thing is moist. Oh, it's filling too. There's pistachio filling in there as well. This is gonna get crazy. This is fucking incredible. This is an 11 out of 10. This is the best thing I've eaten the entire day. Fuck the snails, bro. This is incredible. This is like cookie on top, pistachio on the inside, moist, crispy, flaky, buttery. I legit need to take a shower. I'm covered in so much shrapnel. That is something serious. It almost becomes a cookie. It like gets smashed up. All right, here we go. Raspberry almond, same style. Feels like a cookie. Feels like a cookie. Raspberry inside. Here we go. Just as good as the pistachio. I wanted to say it's better, but I love pistachio. That's unbelievable. The flavored ones, I mean, this is disgusting. Can we just get a body scan of me here? This is, I'm a disgrace. I'm a toddler. I am a failure of a man. This is, the flavors just elevated them to a level that I can't comprehend. The normal croissant was great. The flavors were unbelievable. I gotta go take a shower. That was, the Appartement 4F, skip the normal, get the flavor, they're unbelievable. All right, we've made it to the end of Paris Fight Feast. Nasruddin Imavov, Kyle Bahalio going down this weekend. We ate snails, we ate croissants, steak frites, croque madame, normand soup, madame, French onion soup, snails. Did I mention that we ate snails? And then we close it out with a super slim cigarette, a little espresso. Baguette is, didn't make it the whole day there, but we tried our best. Overall, a successful day. Steak frites, I guess you get it from the name, you know? An espresso and a cigarette. This is gonna be a deadly duo. Are you even allowed to smoke in parks? Is that a thing? Snails, I'm officially a snail guy. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. That's it, Fight Feast episode 26. How do you say goodbye? Au revoir, enchanté. See you in the next one. Does that look cool? So in honor of the promotion's return to Paris, fucking bike lane. Technology au pan. the bread technology we've come up with. Is it a microphone? Is it bread? We don't know. Use some cigarettes today. Look at this. Look at this fucking guy. Huh? Look at this guy. Balancing the baguette. Au revoir. Merci. Ah, bonjour. Croissant. Shout out to the Super Slimes. I need another one in a minute here. Yo, I look French as fuck. Some guy just walked by and I said bonjour to him. He definitely thought I was French. Yo, a shot of espresso and cigarettes really do a number, huh? Tony Parker Victor Wimbinyama. Ah, you're telling me a fucking rat cooked this to it? You're telling me a rat cooked this to it? Hold the fucking phone. You're telling me a rat cooked this to it? I need a shower and a teeth brushing after this. Georges Saint-Pierre. Georges Saint-Pierre. Eiffel Tower. You shut the fuck up and you sit the fuck down, all right? You shut the fuck up. I need answers. You're trying to sit here. You're sitting here in front of me, looking me dead in the face, and you tell me a fucking rat cooked this to it? Shout out UFC Paris.
Oh, man.
Got me to try snails. It was a good time.
And enjoyed them.
Yeah, Frank hated them.
Frank hated them.
Did not like it.
You were the one that was telling me that it was going to be good.
I've had it before. I liked it. I was walking Connor through. I was like, no, don't be nervous. That's why I cheersed him. I don't know if I got.
I was uncomfortable.
I got the fattest snail, and it just wouldn't go away. I'm like watching Connor eat his. Oh, I really like it. I'm like, why is mine not disappearing? And all I could think of was like the little antenna, like touching the top of my mouth. I'm like, I'm done.
So you psyched yourself out more than the flavor.
Yeah, it was. The chewy part of it was not what I've experienced.
Texture.
The smaller ones that we got at the second place, that's what I'm used to. Not this giant fat snail that to be honest, I think it's still inside of me.
That's weird.
Truly intact.
The end of you just talking to yourself for 4 minutes was absolutely incredible.
I stunk to high heavens by the end of the day, just covered in stinky cheese and food and cigarettes. And, espresso, and it was bad. It was bad, but it was a very fun day. We missed you. Have you had snails before?
Oh, yeah. I did not have Frank's experience. I quite liked it.
Jordan, you like snails?
He's eating one right now.
Love them, actually.
Shout out. Yeah, they kind of just take on the flavor of what they're in. Butter and garlic.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you're going to season, then it's like they taste like that, but yes. Quite enjoyed.
Shout out to UFC Paris. Didn't realize there were so many French fruits to try. We just barely even scraped the iceberg. Culinary powerhouse, France is.
It seemed like the croissants were the winner of the day.
Winner of the day. The flavored croissants were unbelievable.
You were raving.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
French onion stick is also quite good.
These croissants, better than the local French restaurant that people line up to get croissants?
Oh, Lafayette? Yeah, better. The pinwheel ones, better.
Yeah.
Yeah, better.
It was crazy because this one did no line.
No line. You just walked right up.
It looked like a little small walk-up shop. You just get in there and get out.
Yeah, there's two locations. There's one in Manhattan and one in Brooklyn. It's great. La Part de Montfort F. Shout out.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to Frenchette. Those eggs, fantastic. I will be back for those.
Love it.
Eggs and snails. Shout out. All right, we continue with our French theme pound for pound rankings this week. Top French things.
Easy.
Top French things. The caveat being French has to be in the name.
A word, a title, a description. It must be French.
It has to be French.
But the French has to be in the name.
Top French
has
things.
to be in the name. If you picked the Eiffel Tower, it does not apply to this list.
Yeah,
that is not a French thing.
This is going to be a great time, guys. I can't wait.
That is a French thing. It isn't a French thing. You know what I'm saying?
It must. We're not using air quotes like to say like the sarcastic like. This doesn't. We literally mean air quote. Like these quotes are
French
literal.
thing.
You literally
French.
did not mention this.
What's the order, Frank?
The order will be Frank, then Connor, then in quotes, Rick.
All right, kick us off.
I'll take it.
My number 1 or number 5, excuse me, is French's mustard.
Oh, great choice. You did understand the assignment.
No, I didn't. But French is in the name on this one, and it's the best yellow mustard you could get. Put it on a hot dog, put it on a turkey sandwich, fucking eat it straight out of the jar if you want. put on a snail, I guess. It's my number 5. My number 4, also sticking with the mustard theme, Grey Poupon.
Ah, boo.
French is on the bottle or the jar here. No, I'd see. This is bullshit. And Jordan tried to warn me. I was like, nah, man, you're wrong.
This isn't a pound for pound mustards list.
Oh, well, then I'm doubly wrong. Okay. My number 3 mustard.
Wait, what?
No. Number 3 French things, quiche. But they got to be like the bite-sized quiche that you have at a party. Not like, don't give me a whole fucking pie. Save that for pie day. These little quiche, you just got to eat them, throw them down, eggs, maybe some bacon, scallions.
What is this? You understood? French's mustard is not actually French. So you understood the assignment for the first one, and then you just threw it to the wind.
I even gave him like 3 chances to be like, hey,
This
man,
is
do you want to
bullshit.
redo this list?
I had a conversation with Connor where he was like, well, I was thinking we could do it. It has to have French in the name. And then I thought we agreed to not do that. Whatever,
And
dude.
do
Okay,
what?
I
So
will
what
admit.
is your list?
Usually it's a bit where it's like, no, I misunderstood. Like this one, I literally do
What is your list then?
They're just French things.
But the first one is not French.
Yeah.
Well, it says
All right,
French
I
is.
was threatened by death by one of the producers. I'm not going to name any names. But Connor looked dead me in the face, and he was like, if you don't put French's mustard on your list, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Wow. That's the only reason you put it. What's your number 2, man? This is also a terrible list if you're just doing
My number 2 is
wide French things.
charcuterie. Some of my favorite charcuterie boards are the one that comes in a plastic tray, maybe the other one that comes in 4 different plastic trays.
This is a Lunchable.
And no. Charcuterie is French for lunchable.
This is the shittiest list I've ever heard.
If you're in Brooklyn and you're feeling fancy, they'll put this shit together. I don't know. It always looks so pretty. I'm afraid to eat it because I'm like, this is something to look at, not to eat. And my number 1 French thing is Daft Punk. You gotta love them,
dude.
Followed up is Connor. We gotta start writing this shit down, like what the actual thing is.
We write it down, man. Daft Punk is your number 1 French thing.
Oh my god. I'm crying.
You've really taken the wind out of our sails here, Frank.
Oh man. This is
The
my
fact
favorite
that I had
Frank
such
list.
an argument with Jordan about it, I was like, no. And then all day today, you guys kept saying French, and you put air quotes up. I'm like, I got this. This is
French
fine.
things.
And it's,
Could have used his own name if you want to do something French.
No, man,
Frank,
it's not
Franck,
French.
you know?
Man.
fuck out
You
of
just added French's mustard because of that empty
The
threat
threat.
that I made.
That's right, yeah.
All right, my number 5. Started off great whenever you go to a party, French onion dip. Got to be with the ruffles, with the ridges. That's a requirement. It's so good. Forget the
Is this
soup.
your number 1 dip?
The soup is great. Boo, not my number 1 dip ever. We can do a pound for pound dips list, but this is up there.
Okay.
I mean, this is a great dip, especially if it comes with the ruffles, with the ridges. I'm not eating it. Otherwise, number 4, French fries. No brainer. I mean, any kind. The straight cut, get a nice aioli with it, ketchup, curly fries, waffle fries. I do not discriminate against French fries. Absolutely love any kind of French fry. Shout out sweet potato if you're feeling it. Steak cut. I'm down for anything. Love French fries. Number 3, we leave the food realm when we go to French Bulldogs.
That's still food. Come on.
Great type of dog. Look at this. I mean, how can you, could you ever be upset with someone that looks like this? I mean, look at the face. The dumbest face you've ever seen on earth. Come in many shapes, many colors, many sizes. Look at the face. I mean, shout out. Shout out
French's
to a nice
mustard.
Shout out to a nice Frenchie. Gotta love a French Bulldog. Number 2, we're going back to the food. Breakfast food this time, though. You can stack them high. You can stack them in many different ways. French toast. Get it nice and crispy. Don't discriminate here either. Fruits, chocolates, cinnamon, sugar. I'll even do a French toast stick. Throw it in the microwave. Dunk it in the sauce.
For sure.
The sauce being maple syrup. Shout out to French toast. Shout out to French toast sticks. And numero uno, the French Open.
Oh.
Tennis tournament on the clay, the rich clay of Roland Garros, happening in Paris. I've been myself. Look at that. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Iconic. Rafael Nadal. Oh, there I am at Old RG. I think I actually have a picture of me, and there I am with Nadal celebrating his trophy. As you can see me on the left. Zoom in. That's me
He's
and
on the
Nadal.
right. I see him.
On the right. French Open, though. Shout out.
No Daft Punk.
No Daft Punk.
Missed
no
opportunity.
Daft Punk. Okay.
If it was French Daft Punk, you could have put it in.
French Punk.
Yeah, French Punk.
Okay. I also understood the assignment, so I'm going to go number 5. This one's just an appreciation. Appreciation for fine apparel, and that's the French made.
Jesus.
Wow.
Look at the outfit.
Shout out. I didn't even think of this one.
This one's more of a if you know situation. Like the French made outfit, let's just say like perfect. Like we've perfect French made outfit.
What's next? French kissing?
If you know, you know. No, that didn't make the list.
HR, he's actually in the studio. Right?
That might have been a honorable mention. But yes, the French made outfit. Well done to you out there. Number 4, the phrase "Pardon my French." I love "Pardon my French."
This is nice.
I heard it when I was a kid, and I kind of like didn't understand. I then now in the course of this list looked up and had a better understanding of where this comes from, where the expression comes from, and it was like they would slip French into the English. When they were trying to speak English, they would slip French in by accident, and then it became part of my French.
Okay.
But now it became kind of synonymous with like the cursing aspect. Love the phrase. Have used it myself. And I quite enjoy when people say it.
Say it right before I'm about to just rip off some bad words.
Just curse up a storm. Pardon my French. Number 3, I go culinary here too. I'm a big fan of the French dip. I really enjoy the French
sandwich.
dip. The sandwich.
Shout out.
You get yourself that roast beef. You're dipping it in the au jus. Quite tasty. I believe it is not French like many of the other French foods.
It's all right. It's got the name in it.
None of them are French, but I understood the assignment. French dip. Really enjoy it. My number 2, same as your number 2. Stack those bad boys up. Give me the slices of French toast.
So
love me some French toast. But here's an important one. Brioche. Give me the
you gotta
thick.
use the brioche.
Give me the brioche. Give me this like thick cut bread. Delicious. Love French toast. My number 1. I only recently discovered this, but it had to be number 1. I love it. It's the French leave. And if you are not familiar with the French leave, you may know it better by its other name, which is the Irish goodbye. The French leave is actually the original name for
Is this AI? Is this
that
AI Irish
is
goodbye?
AI. That is AI.
Jesus.
I typed
You're
in-
going to just find a picture?
No, there's nobody like I tried to search for photos of people like leaving parties. There really are no photos of that. And if you're doing a proper French leave, nobody's really going to get a photo of you doing that because you've left unannounced, and so it's quite hard to capture that moment. I am not somebody who likes to do a whole round of goodbyes when I'm leaving. I'd rather just slink out and let everybody else continue their fun. Shout out to the French leave. Shout out to the Irish goodbye. Love leaving unannounced. That is something that I quite enjoy. But I was not aware that it originated with the French leave. I was not aware that was where this started. I had always heard Irish goodbye, but it turns out it's French leave.
Shout out.
Who would have known?
Shout out to Pound for Pound French things. Frankie, horrible job. Yeah, wow.
I mean,
shout out to the French maids out there.
I'll take the L on this.
This is like the time we did what, pies, and you said
No, I mean, see, that was like I was trying to be funny. This one I really feel like you guys just fucked me. Pardon my French.
Fucked you by explaining it exactly?
Yeah. No.
Things
You
with
guys
French
have like
in the
your
title.
own like couples language where you're like, oh, French. Oh yeah, French. Let's do French. Okay, French. Frank you in. I'm like, I have a couple questions. Oh, fuck your questions.
All the times we
you
said
have a couple
French.
questions, Frank. The amount of times that you're like, all right, so we're doing this for the Pound for Pound rankings, and it's like Monday at 8 a.m. It's
I
just
still
like,
don't
man,
understand.
would you slow down a little bit?
All right. Honestly, Daft Punk shits all over both of your lists together.
Gonna read a text message straight to Frank, giving you a heads up. Connor's and Rick's lists are all things that have the word French in it. Do you want to change?
What a coincidence! I thought.
They threw that idea.
Hey, they're 2 peas in a pod. I'm not surprised that they both did that. Thanks for the heads up, Jordan. I'm gonna continue to move forward with my list.
Frankie's missing the mark on this is like all time. This is a legendary Frank performance on this one.
As I said,
I can't tell if he's trolling or not.
This one I fully accept. I just misunderstood.
Okay, I had some honorable mentions. Did you?
Oh yeah, French press,
French press,
French Riviera, French Alps, out to the mountains. What else you got?
I had fry, but you had fries.
Oh, yeah.
I had
From
French
Belgium,
Open. Yes, we know. The point was that French is in the title, Frank.
Okay.
Just so you're clear, French in title. French cuffs. I like a French cuff.
Shout out.
I'm quite a fan of that one.
What is that?
Is that legit or not?
I don't know.
legit?
Yeah.
It's the cuff style where they have the two ends of the shirt meet and
Outside
they form,
okay, and then you clip
and
it.
then you put the cuff link through as opposed to the flat round.
Got it.
I like that style. Very important. French Montana. Shout out French Montana. How can you know nobody have mentioned French Montana, legend of the game. Yeah, but French is not in that name. That was that.
French Stewart as well.
Shout out the
Third
French
rock from the
Stewart.
sun.
Shout out the French Stewart. All right, that's the pound for pound French things list. Moving right
That was
along.
our best one.
Frankie, we got any voicemails, brother?
We do.
Just gonna have to give me a second here.
No, it's all good. Man. It's all good. Go ahead and figure out your list, man.
Boys in the back. JB from BC here. I'm calling in. I got a question, I guess, kind of revolving around nostalgia. So, growing up playing video games, were you guys more for like Sega Genesis or were you Super Nintendo? Were you gaming hard on that Sonic the Hedgehog with Tails following you around, or were you some Super Mario World with Yoshi? And while we're at it, what about Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? Maybe Star Fox or Legend of Zelda. Anyways, let me know. Thanks.
Best question ever.
Zelda, Mario.
But Star Fox and Zelda are actually both Nintendo.
Yeah. You mentioned Sonic. I was a Spyro guy.
Nice. But the question was Genesis or Super Nintendo?
Neither. I'm not that old.
Yeah, you weren't old enough for that.
N64, GameCube, PlayStation.
So no Dreamcast.
Xbox. No Dreamcast, but I've played it before.
So, but you're Nintendo, pretty clearly.
I had a Gamecast.
Gamecast.
What is Gamecast?
Nah.
Is that like the Temu GameCube?
Malibu's Most Wanted. Those who know.
Wow. Oh, I don't know what that is.
You don't know what Malibu's Most Wanted is?
No, I know what that is. I don't know what Gamecast is.
Yeah, it's a scene in it. He's like, man, I got a Gamecast. And this is exactly what happens. People are like, what the fuck is a Gamecast? Moving on.
All right. I've seen. Oh, so it's in Malibu. Yeah, I didn't watch that movie that closely to recite it.
Legendary movie.
Super Nintendo for me eventually became Genesis. They're both perfect.
I was both. They were both incredible for me. I was all over Sonic for sure. Sonic player, had all the Marios, the gold cartridge, Legend of Zelda. Like I was on both of those. Those were core. After that, I started becoming more like PlayStation. I had an N64, liked N64. Once I got that out of my system, I started going Sony, and then I became PS2, PS3, PS4.
But now you're an Xbox guy, right?
I have an Xbox. I really don't play a lot. I don't play games, really. But hopefully I can get my kids into Switch.
I got to switch right now.
Uncle Frank.
I just started up Tears of the Kingdom. Legend of Zelda. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
There's another. How many Zeldas are there at this point?
20? Oh, there's a shit ton. Yeah, there's a shit ton. I mean, all the OGs, and then on N64 there was Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and then there was Wind Waker and Skyward Sword.
Let's
and
get to Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess on GameCube as well. Yeah, there's a million, but these last two, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, have been unbelievable. Ooh, Conker's Bad Fur Day getting a shout out in the chat. Shout out.
This is actually, I have to do this. A quick little fact about Twilight Princess. Came out on GameCube. Then they had to release it on the Wii. But they were like, okay, Wii is going to have the controls, the motion controls, right? But they were like, Link is left-handed. And now most people who are playing this game are going to be right-handed. This is weird. So what do? They mirrored the whole fucking game. So if you get it on the Wii versus the GameCube, it's the same game, but everything is mirrored.
Wow. That is quite interesting.
What's up, guys? It's Daniel from Chicago. I'm actually the person that dropped the Gable Steveson.
This is our insider. This is our newsbreaker.
My name, so I just wanted to clarify that. The other thing I wanted to say is I had a friend last week who, based on my model, won $560 off a $10 bet.
Fuck.
I remember you guys used to post like crazy slips. I was wondering if you guys still had an option like to send those in because I hit quite a few off my model, so I was hoping to show it off.
Shit, shout out to
the
the
that's all I had to say. Take care, guys.
Shout out to Daniel for breaking
Dan,
the news.
Send the slip on Twitter. Send the model. Love a good model. This is a model play. It's a model play here. All right, sick. We're trusting the model. I love it.
Send, we have the big hitter segment. So send it to GC after our big event. But shout out to you for that breaking news. Thank you.
Shout out for the breaking news. Shout out for the what would that be if you won $560 on a $10 bet? That's like plus 5,600.
Yeah.
Shout out.
What up, boys? Joey from Ohio. Living the exciting life of an accountant over here. As I like to say, it's the highs of lows and lows of highs. Anyways, I recently hit a PR on bench press. Got 255 yesterday, so I'm feeling pretty yoked. It's got me thinking, of any UFC fighter on the active roster, who can bench press the most? Historically, you'd probably just throw out Brock or Horsey Alistair. They're probably pumping 405 for reps. But right now, I don't know if there's anyone that could even hit 315. Anyways, what are your thoughts on that? Thanks, boys.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, Jelton Almeida, I feel like could throw up a pretty big number.
Nah, because he's smaller for the heavyweight. You got to go probably like one of the bigger heavyweights. Is it Tom? Can Tom maybe put up the most?
I think Tom could rep
Sergey?
300. Sergey Pavlovich could probably put up some numbers.
Black Beast?
255 though. Shout out, man.
No, probably really puts it up. Salsa boy. Salsa boy.
Y'all are lucky we didn't have a show after that Shanghai card. The hate watch was on, baby.
Shout out to you. Congrats on the
What's up, boys? Hope you guys are having a good day. This is Jacob calling from Denver, Colorado. Wanted to express a little gratitude for you guys. I just got back from Montana, moving my sister into college. Yeah, so this is gonna be the first time in the whole life that I'm without my sister. And I also moved out of my mom's place for the first time. So, it's like a super tough life transition. I'm starting college myself, and life is so hectic and crazy right now. And I appreciate you guys for just being a place that I can go and listen to you guys and just take a break from it all, and not feel so stressed. So thank you for that. And yeah, just if you guys have any advice, I am starting college and I'm scared and it's so much work. And yeah, I'm freaked out. I know I can do it, but yeah, I'm scared. So if you guys have any advice, just on growing up, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Congrats on moving out of your mom's place. That's huge. Congrats on starting college. Congrats on moving your sister in, man. A lot of things happening, a lot of things changing in your life. It's exciting. Yeah, it can be scary, but it's nothing to be scared of. You mentioned a lot of work. Yeah, you got a lot of work in front of you. Just getting through college and getting into the job space, whatever you choose to do. But it's an exciting time, man. I'll tell you right now, I wish I could go back to my first day of college. College will likely be an amazing time for you.
Yeah, couldn't agree more with GC. The years of college, I think, are amazing. The coursework of college, I think, is probably the more daunting part. But I wouldn't be scared. There's nothing to really worry about. Everybody I know who I talk to about this didn't really do what they have their degree in, right? I have a degree in marketing, not using it all, never used it, completely did something else. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to think that you have to decide everything in your life that's going to stem from this. Your major is not going to likely be your career. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I hope you find something that you love that early in life. But ultimately, don't put so much pressure on yourself to make this a finished thing. Enjoy your college years. Work hard, study, do all those things. But don't put so much pressure on yourself to make this the final thing. You've got so many years ahead of you. Enjoy the time, and you'll be fine. Nothing to be scared of.
It's going to be amazing, man. Good luck.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from Columbia, South Carolina. I've been listening over and over again at times where they say the James Tahuna clip, and I've just been wondering, where did that originate from? I'm sure there's other people, guys who've been listening, just wondering where that originated. If you could let us know, I'm sure we'd appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.
Legendary. One of my all-time favorite moments that happened earlier this year. During an interview with Helwani and Tai Tuivasa, where Helwani mistakenly thought James Tahuna had fought. Do we have the clip, Jordan?
Hey, James looking good in the boxing ring.
James Tahuna?
Yeah, you saw him.
When did he fight?
He fought maybe 1 or 2 months ago. He had a big win, and then he called out Jake Paul.
James Tahuna?
Yes.
I think you're talking about the wrong person.
James Tahuna boxing. What am I tripping right now?
Yeah, you're tripping.
No, it was James Tahuna. Am I crazy?
I think you're crazy. James Tahuna is like the first Aussie US.
Yes, I know who James Tahuna was. Guys, didn't James Tahuna have a boxing match?
He was like calling back to us.
Yes. And now I'm like losing my.
You got me, yeah.
Maybe I've lost my mind.
What are you talking about, Tyson Pedro?
Tyson starts lighting up a joint.
I told you I was right. You think you know everything, see? That's what happened.
Hey, I've been on the air for 3. By the way, the best part about this is you lighting up the joint while correcting me.
See?
Oh, what a moment.
All-time moment. I was in the back absolutely dying. That long pause where Ariel goes, yeah, he was in the ring and he called out Jake Paul, and Ty's just like, James Tahuna? He's like, there's no way this is the right guy. I think we also have our reaction to this happening on the show.
What was the boxer? I was fucking dying back here. That was very Davi Ramos-esque of you.
Ariel always says that
James
Islam
Tahuna.
lost to Davi Ramos.
He's like, James Tahuna fought. He's like, man, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, am I tripping? He's Tyson Pedro. As he's lighting up the joint, he's just oh man, I was dying back here, dude. I could not stop laughing. He's lighting up the joint. He's like, you talking about Tyson Pedro? I looked up James Tahuna. He's 44 years old and hasn't fought in 10 years.
You know what's so great about that scene? I feel like that's a scene that you have with your boys, but you are smoking.
Yes. Literally, you just finished smoking a blunt with your boys, and it's just like, man, did you see the James Tahuna fight? And everyone's like, James Tahuna fucking fought? It's like, yeah, it's crazy. Then they're like, no. You mean Tyson Pedro.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sweating so much, golly.
I was legit dying back here. I was rolling.
All-time moment.
That is a legendary clip.
All-time moment on the show.
Oh, man.
To the point where I was told that James Tahuna was brought up in the voicemails, and I just Googled the James Tahuna thing, and I found this. The first result when you type in James Tahuna, question mark, is this shirt on Etsy.
What?
James Tahuna, MMA Fancy Ariel Helwani Show reference. This is from Fight Merch Store. I believe this is a store based out of Australia, if I'm not mistaken. And then the description for it, James Tahuna, a shout out to the infamous running joke from the Ariel Helwani Show. This tee is a playful nod to one of the show's funniest moments. Whether you're a fan of Ariel's hilarious insights or just appreciate some MMA humor, this shirt's for you. Shout out boys in the back.
Wow.
Insane.
Shout out to the Fight Merch Store. That's incredible.
Shout out. So good.
James Tahuna?
Oh,
I almost want to order one.
that moment will always get me. Rewatching that, it got me again. Like, it's just too perfect.
You can show me that 10-second clip of Tai Tuivasa sitting there, just like stone face, being like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? He's like, James Tahuna? And also just like, this is no shade at all to James Tahuna, but like, it wouldn't work if it was Steve Johnson.
Yeah.
The fact that his name is James Tahuna makes it so much funnier. All-time moment. Tai Tuivasa
There
just
is-
blasting joints the entire time. We're all wearing the Bam Bam Buds merch that they sent over. Shout out to their team.
The best
All-time
part
moment.
of this is at some point, there is going to be an Ariel James Tahuna thing that will happen, and it will all have stemmed from that one moment.
I can't wait.
The sit-down interview with James Tahuna will happen at some point, and it will all have stemmed from that incredible moment.
I want like a really sick design James Tahuna shirt where it's like says James Tahuna and then it's like all these sick pictures of him. Yeah, it's all these sick pictures of Tyson Pedro, but it says James Tahuna question mark. It's like James Tahuna and then it's Tyson Pedro pictures.
The best part of that is if you wear that around and somebody goes, bro, you know that's Tyson Pedro instead, right?
That's what the question mark is for, dumbass.
I know.
Is it James Tahuna? No, it's Tyson Pedro.
Oh, fuck.
It's all time. I'm actually going to work on making that. I'm just going to make a one of one.
No,
make
a few. I want one.
I'm going to wear it in one day and no one's going to be the wiser.
No, I want one, though. Oh, that's incredible.
All-time moment.
What's up?
It's Nico calling from Miami, Florida. I'm a daily listener of the show.
My man, appreciate you.
From Rochester. Shout out Rochester. Shout out the 585.
Shout out 585, bro.
Thank you, GC, for the shout
God
out.
damn, nailed it.
I just wanted to call and say I joined the Strava group yesterday.
Oh, shit,
I'm excited to be a part of the uncrowned team. I'm actually a collegiate runner here in Florida.
Oh, the Strava group. Shout the fuck out.
I think I
Let's
got to
go.
up my cigarette smoking numbers just to reach my maximum fitness.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to keep working hard and just keep training until I get my opportunity on that Avron bike.
You're fucking right.
You at the top.
See?
Thanks for entertaining me every day.
See you at the top. Thank you for listening, brother. We really appreciate it. Thanks for joining the Strava group. Been having fun on Strava, man. Ran a 10K yesterday. Little test 10K run. Haven't run one in a while. Signed up for one at the end of October.
Look at you.
Actually, the morning of UFC 322. So hopefully I don't. Hopefully I don't shit my pants doing it. It's a Halloween one that I'm very much looking forward to. Ran it in like 48:30 yesterday. I'm gonna go for sub 45 on race day.
Look at you.
There's some fast dudes in there. There's a dude from maybe that was him, but there's a dude from University of Miami that's a collegiate runner.
Oh, like a real runner.
Yeah, but there's like no way for us to compete. Like who can do the most miles, who can have the fastest pace. Like Strava's kind of limited with that. But we do have a group event on Saturday at the UFC Paris Fight Day 5K.
Love it.
Hopefully there'll be like a leaderboard for it. But yeah, I'll be running a 5K on Saturday
Yeah.
morning. Shout out to the Strava group, man.
That's incredible.
Keep pounding the pavement, baby. I'm getting back into it. I've run like a marathon and a half marathon before, and that kind of like killed my joy for it. But like trying to run as fast as possible on these 5 and 10Ks has been fun. So shout out to the Strava group.
Hey guys, so I'm driving with my wife right now, and I was trying to explain to her the boys in the back and just about how you guys answer questions. So she's got one for you here.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, I'm wondering, hypothetically,
Okay,
if we had like a pack of hyenas
All right.
or just one gorilla,
Mm.
who would win?
And I was telling her it's going to depend on how many are in that pack. But anyway,
Just like regular pack size, I don't know. 4, 5.
5 hyenas versus one gorilla.
Hyenas would win.
all right, 5 hyenas, 1 gorilla. Let us know.
Light work. Gorilla
Yeah.
smash.
The fact that we even had a discussion, a debate about 100 men versus one gorilla, and now we're only throwing 5 hyenas. What are the hyenas going to do? Laugh? I mean, what is this? No, I'm taking the gorilla in that one.
That gorilla would pick the first one up and smash the second one with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, because once he gets 1, then now you're down to 4. That's just basic math right there. And that's getting knocked down to 3 pretty quickly.
It's cooked.
And like, bruh, you're cooked.
You would need to legitimately take out like an adult gorilla. The hyenas would have to have enough of a number that they're swarming and can like push it over. If that gorilla's just standing there in the middle, 5 hyenas ain't gonna.
Yeah, you got to get it on its back.
You got to like push it.
Hyenas aren't that big either, man.
no,
Like
they're
they're the
not
size of
big
like a normal dog.
They're not big enough. Gorillas are standing in the middle there
bro.
and just swinging those hyenas.
I was gonna say the power that a silverback has too. Also, let's talk about like the balls on these hyenas to go after the gorilla. That'd be crazy.
But thank you for the call. For
Shout out
both
to
of
you. Shout out to your wife, man. Appreciate it.
Gorilla.
What's up, boys in the back? This is Adam, the resident caller from the Netherlands.
Ah, my guy. What's
I
up,
have a
Adam?
shout out, GC. I appreciate the mentions on the show.
No, you're the man, brother.
My question for you guys today is regarding this kind of middleweight Grand Prix we have with
Your
4
boy.
potential contenders.
Boy, RDR.
Imavov, Baralio, RDR, and Hernandez. I actually have an opinion here. I love RDR, but I really think that Imavov is getting hard done by here. If you compare the 4, their resumes, their body of work, I feel like Imavov's the one who could have, had that argument to sit out and just wait for a title shot. If you look at, he knocked out, he beat Delize in a main event. He knocked out Cannonier. He stopped Brendan Allen's, 7-fight win streak.
Cannonier
And
was
then
the main
knocks
event as
out
well.
Izzy. What more has the guy got to do? Anyway, so those are just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. Shout out.
It's a
out,
compelling
brother.
case.
Shout out to Amsterdam. Shout out
And
to
I think we
Netherlands.
agree, right? Imavov has the best resume, but it's kind of not a resume thing anymore with the UFC. Like, he needs an impressive win. If he can get that on Saturday, I do think it's his.
Yeah. Yeah, especially in front of that crowd. People going nuts.
It's going to be huge for him.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting how this plays out. I love the fact that they're taking place a month apart, and it's kind of just like who's going to fight Hamzat next, and then the matchmaking that you can make from there with the winner that gets snubbed and the losers of the fight. It's going to be great.
Boys, we finally did it. It's August 23rd, 7:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sergey Pavlovich has finally defeated that little bugger, Waldor Cortez Acosta. GC, we made it, baby.
We made it.
Rejoice. We can finally rest now.
The salsa ends. The dance has gone quiet. Yeah, it was a brilliant performance by Sergey Pavlovich. Yeah, just a great team effort all around. The salsa reign is over.
What I love about
the
that
salsa era has come to an end.
Is this gentleman was there in the morning of the fight. The first thing he thought when Sergey won was, gotta call my boys.
Dial them up.
GC needs to know.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you for being part of this. It's cheers. It's really been a long journey to get here, but we did it. We did it.
Boys in the back. It's Matt from Nashville again. Woke up at 2 a.m. yesterday to watch that China card. Had a cat on my lap. My wife was asleep on the couch next to me.
Wow.
Life's pretty good, man.
Life's blessed.
Hope you guys are enjoying the vacation. Can't wait till y'all get back. Peace.
Peace, brother.
Thank
Great
you.
Call.
We're back.
Yo, boys in the back.
What's good?
It's Jimmer.
Jim.
I'm just sitting on the beach in Italy right now. You guys basically timed your vacation perfectly, man. I literally had the same exact days off, so I took a trip to Italy. Now I'm about to head back, and you guys will be getting your shows back on the road right as I get back, so it works out perfectly. But anyways, got a question for you guys this week. Between Francis Ngannou and Jake Paul, what do you think was the biggest failure of the signing for the PFL? Not saying that either of them failed by signing with the PFL. Obviously, they made the bag, and, you know, their lives are better off for it. But I feel like the PFL wasn't necessarily the greatest investment to sign Jake and Francis and only get one fight out of the two of them. So, yeah, guys, let me know. Anyways, glad you guys are back. Shout out GC, shout out Frankie, Rick, the whole crew, Andy, On Air Jordan. Love all you guys. Deuces.
Shout out to you, brother. I hope you enjoyed the vacation, man. Appreciate the call. We are back. We enjoyed ourselves. It's been great. Don't forget, on top of Jake Paul and Francis Ngannou, they also signed Amanda Serrano, who I would imagine is never going to fight for them. And I just can't imagine a world where Jake Paul fights for them as well.
So I believe I'm correct on this. I think the Jake Paul one was a partnership as opposed to a signing, right?
I know, but they did the whole photo shoot and all.
And
the
if he fights MMA, he's going to fight for them. I think that's probably the answer anyway, just because even though Francis has only fought once, his association with the PFL has been hugely beneficial. For one, they got this like Africa division thing going, but two, just like he's the biggest name PFL fighter. So anytime somebody's like Francis Ngannou, it's PFL as opposed to UFC. So I don't think it could be Francis. I think he's done good for them, even though he has done limited work for them and been more in the boxing scene. They need a name that like people know, and Francis Ngannou is a name that people know. So I think it's probably the Jake Paul part of it. But, you know, I don't think anybody expected him to really fight MMA.
All right, we will continue with your voicemails after a quick break. We're hopping off fast. We'll continue the rest of the show. Last break on YouTube.
Back in your life! Finally!
We have a lot to talk about. I didn't care about a big fight or money. I cared about the heavyweight title. That's all I've ever been bothered about.
Join us for the entire first round live on Yahoo Sports.
This is the biggest shock of the draft.
Super Bowl 59 on Radio Row with Jaden Daniels. Put me on the spot like that.
Here with first-time Olympian Stephen Curry. You and LeBron's relationship has had to evolve.
And see blood on the other side, but still have the utmost respect for who you're playing against.
You know, alerts on your phone. Oh, KD's thinking about leaving. Like, where's this coming from?
Coach Prime, Deion Sanders.
They don't put a gold jacket on your back and you don't know what you're doing.
The head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, Jim Harbaugh.
It's like being around greatness.
How does that feel when you hear that? Shedeur Sanders, future
you know,
NFL
you're the
quarterback.
first one like I ever hear say that. Like, that's why. But I'm thankful.
and they're going to be here for a long time.
Now to a fun part of today's program.
Like, I literally went to college with Chris Paul. Like, he's still in the NBA.
He could not hit another home run all year. It'd be a great season.
Yes, correct. I got to make an admission first, A-Rod.
Oh, God.
I grew up a Boston Red Sox fan.
I knew that.
I used to hate you.
I've gotten to a point where I can smell you guys.
And I think winning with the Buccaneers put him at a completely different level. He has the greatest resume of any quarterback in football history.
They have a chance to get to the Eastern Conference Finals and win it. The realist in me says that ain't happening at all.
I don't want to treat you like a regular journalist because I feel like me and you have a
I appreciate
relationship.
I would put Travis Hunter in that same category as those two players. The difference between he and Rome Odunze, Travis Hunter is just a special athlete.
I actually think this is a smart decision by them.
This is what we're going to bring in. This is who we are. This is the style that we're doing.
And it was a long, beautiful conversation.
What a fun interview, Nate.
Hey, thanks, coach. Are you not like all talked out after talking to people for so long?
This is my life.
Okay.
I could do this for 8 hours.
Got it.
Wow.
All right, welcome back on YouTube. We're not done for the breaks for the day. We heard you out. I think we reduced them from like 8 down to 2.
7.
7 down to 2. We're chipping away to get that down to get down.
And a little more engaging, you know.
Just got to chip it down. Just got to keep grabbing that hammer. We did hear you guys though. Let's finish up some voicemails, get to some super chats, and get on to the weekend UFC Paris.
Boys, it's your boy Jersey Mike. Shout out to the 201. How you doing?
Sandwich on?
GC, what is the losing bet that still haunts you? For me, it was my first bet ever. My favorite fighter, Jose Aldo money line versus Conor McGregor, December 12th, 2015. I remember talking up this fight to everybody, my family, my friends, Frank's mom, my coworkers. Aldo had more wins, a longer win streak. The man hadn't lost in over 10 years. And then gets knocked out in 13 seconds.
Yep.
You know what I do? I just forget about it.
Forget about it.
Me every day. But Jose Aldo, he's still my boy. Thanks, fellas. Take it easy.
Great call.
That's
great
great.
question. I have too many losing bets to know the answer to this. I've been betting for like 12 years at this point. There's been a lot. There's been a lot that hurt bad. Most recently, I went out to the U.S. Open. Had an all-day parlay, several of them, and they all finished with Andreeva versus Taylor Townsend. And I had Andreeva. She goes out. She gets a break in the first game. She goes up 2 games to love. I'm like, we're rolling. We're bankrolling here. About to finish 4 or 5 parlays. She completely collapses and gets smoked, and I had to sit there and watch it live. That one stung pretty bad. So, like, it depends when you catch me. I got a new one every month. There's not one. I mean, I bet on Volk against Taporia. That was, looking back, I was like, man. I bet on Whitaker against DDP. I've taken some favorites that got smashed. So yeah, shout out. There's many more losses to be had.
Legitimate question for you. Do the losses hurt more than the ones that you wish you took? For me, the ones that I'm like, I should have bet that are the ones I think about way more than the losses.
Nah, the losses hurt more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it's the opposite.
Because if I didn't take it, that means I didn't feel that strongly about it.
Yeah, maybe I'm just something's miscalibrated with me.
Yeah.
But I'm looking out there and I'm like, I see these things and I'm like, I feel that way, and then I never take it.
Yeah.
These days.
Nut up or shut up. Scared money don't make money.
Yeah.
The losses hurt far more.
Yeah.
What up, boys? Brett from Nebraska. Shout out Niles Paul.
Shout
This
out.
message
Said
is
Miles
Connor.
Paul?
I don't even know who that is.
Connor, I have a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity for you this Saturday at 6:30 p.m.
Uh-huh.
As the greatest college football team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers is only 34.5 point favorite over the Akron Zips. But I know something that Vegas doesn't know, which is that for the first time in my life, I will be there as a season ticket holder. I've waited 24 years for this, and I will be there with my beautiful fiance. And we will be there 4 quarters, no matter what, screaming our ass off because we love corn. Nothing we love more than corn.
Corn?
And we are each worth at least a touchdown on the spread. Vegas doesn't know that I'm going to be there, and I'm worth that much. Go Big Red. See you at the top.
34.5 point favorites against the Akron Zips. The last time Nebraska won by more than 34.5, I'm going back pretty far here. Oh, 56-7. They were on the losing end of that game. Northern Iowa wouldn't have covered that last year. I'm in, Brett. I'm in. Sign me up. Nebraska minus 34.5. With all this betting talk, I actually another terrible loser. I texted you as I lost this one. I texted the group chat. I had like a crazy significant strikes, alt significant strikes combo prop, and it was like plus 10,000. It was to win to turn like 20 into like $2,000. And all I needed was the Amanda Hebas fight, I think. It was some women's fight to go over, and they were cruising towards it, and there was a takedown in the third round, and they just sat on it. It was the Angela Hill fight. Sat on the takedown for the last 5 minutes of the fight, and they didn't get any strikes in the third round. I think I needed like 6 or 7. They got none. It was painful. All right, Nebraska minus 34.5, though. I'm there.
Here's the thing, though. He said Paul Miles. The only person I've been able to find, Miles Paul, the only people I've been able to find, including one for Nebraska, is Paul Miles.
Yeah, Paul Miles, Nebraska football. Like, he likes going random. He went fucking random.
No, he's actually referring to Niles Paul.
Who's that?
Former Washington football player.
Oh, shout out.
Spoke to him many times. I was an intern down in D.C. his rookie year.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I had to interview him a few times. No big deal.
Interesting.
This guy's a D1 Glazer, man.
Glazer for sure. I'm looking at Paul Miles, 1983 running back at Nebraska.
All right. Niles Paul. Shout out to Niles Paul and Brett for that poll. I doubted him for a second. I was like, oh, he got the name wrong. He
Fifth
did
all
not.
time in all-purpose yards at Nebraska. Niles Paul.
Oh, yeah. This is for sure him. Yeah, University of Nebraska. Yeah.
Wait,
shout out to Niles Paul.
what all time? How many?
Fifth all time.
Fifth?
All-purpose
Holy fuck.
yards.
Niles Paul.
Yeah, shout out to Niles Paul. I'm looking at him in an oversized Nebraska t-shirt. Oh, he's got a great beard now. Shout out.
Jordan's boy.
Hey guys, Ben here from Tucson again.
What's up,
Just
Ben?
watching the Ariel show right now. And I had a question. I saw somebody say Dylan Dennis versus all the mailmen. Does that include DoorDash, Uber drivers, any of those as well?
Yes.
Because I have a guy, my buddy, 320.
320?
Samoan,
Oh.
who is looking to fight.
What's he doing ordering
Call me up if you
DoorDash?
need some help.
Should
Think
be a
about it.
bouncer, right?
Dylan Dennis, come get it.
I don't want to see that versus Dylan Dennis, but we'll take him in Mailman Fight League.
Yeah. We got to fight for him in Mailman Fight League. Potentially, if he gets a few wins, we could slate him against Dylan Dennis and Misfits. But right now, we'll start him on the Mailman Fight League. We'll open up the delivery driver, app-based delivery driver circuit within the Mailman Fight League, because then we'll also have to have restaurant-based delivery driver circuit, the Pizza Huts, the Domino's that have drivers provided
Chinese food
by
stars.
the restaurant. So yeah, we're ever expanding, ever growing. Big things going on at the MML.
320 Samoa. This is gonna be hard for us to find a matchup for, but we'll
I got
we'll get
someone
out
in
there.
mind.
All right.
I got someone in mind.
What's up, boys in the back? This is Trey from South Dakota. Shout out South Dakota. Shout out Frank. I was mean to you last phone call and you weren't even there, but
damn,
you deserve the honesty that I did it, and I apologize. Dude, it was such a long week not having your guys' show on that, like, in celebration of it being back, I'm going to eat a bowl full of strawberries and blueberries. It's 10 o'clock at night right now. Just to think of Ariel, you know what I mean?
I was going to say, yeah.
But anyway, what was your guys' favorite thing that happened this last weekend with all the events that were going on with no UFC? And that's it. Shout out to the crew.
Shout out to the crew. Shout out to you for eating strawberries and blueberries, because you know it would give Ariel horrendous gas at 10 p.m. in the evening.
We still don't have an explanation for
That's a great tribute for that. Shout out. My favorite thing that happened, probably the Tony Ferguson win.
I'm thinking I liked the Darren Till, Luke Rockhold, because it just feels like Darren's got some good momentum right now. Like, I feel like, oh man, Tony getting back on track.
That's what I said. I thought you were going to say the Darren Till, Luke Rockhold post-fight photo at the bar. If anybody's seen that, we didn't get to do a full breakdown. I know I'm really putting Jordan on the spot here. I don't know if he still has it. It's the picture of them with their arms around each other and they're drinking beers, and like it looks like there's like an AI filter over it. It looks like it looks like Darren Till has transformed into like some sort of ventriloquist dummy, and like Luke Rockhold has his hand up his ass and he's making him like talk like a puppet. It's a wild looking picture. It's quite crazy. So yeah, that was actually probably my favorite part of the weekend.
What up, boys? Double D, double N. It's
a
thrill and the agony over the last 2 weeks in my world. So we're going to start off with the thrill. PFL's headshot dead moment. You can't script it. Unbelievable. So happy to see that. So happy for the entire Edwards family, and really excited for the matchup with Van Steenef. Sorry, Johnny Upland. Big signing coming soon to heavyweight. I'm not going to get in any more trouble. Breaking news here. Speaking of that.
Don?
Coach Man? All right, no, we're good.
You said Coach Man?
Still hearing the employed that time now. Now to the agony. Kiefer Crosby closes at minus 385. Too honorable for his own good. The points were in my hand and would have gotten back to 0. And
Kiefer Crosby was massive.
Had to go out like that. Assume McGregor's taking care of him. Doesn't need the win. Doesn't care about my points. Was going out honorably after getting kneed directly in the face. And basically coming immediately back to the fight. Okay, this video game segment of the call is sponsored by Regenerate from the Umbrella Corporation. Regenerate dead cells for a youthful glow. Side effects may occur. I beat Trombone Champ. I did it. 100%ed it. Did you get to the end, Frankie? Did you figure out the mystery of the baboons and merge the bass and treble clefs? Go ahead and explain that one to the boys. That's all I got this week. Big things ahead. Got to go up from here in the fantasy league. Take care. See you next time.
Thanks, Don. We appreciate it as always, man. Another brilliant phone call from one and only Don Davis.
Coachman?
Trombone hero, Frank?
That you?
I mean, it is pretty awesome.
Yo, boys in the back. It's Jimmer.
Jim again.
I said a question earlier this week.
Okay.
But no, fuck that question, dude.
All right, fuck that question.
I was in Italy and Ariel was there at the same time as me. How the fuck? What? I probably crossed paths with him and didn't even know. That's crazy to me, man. But
big country.
Anyways, I'm glad that you guys are back. It lined up perfectly. I was in Italy for the entire time that your guys' show was on, so I didn't miss anything. So I got out. Yeah. That's hype. Love you guys. Cheers.
All right, see you, Jim.
Jimmer and Ariel in Italy.
Hey, boys, it's back to Sammy here. Just wondering what you guys think if they would bring back the Ultimate Fighter International, for example, like USA versus Dagestan.
Ooh.
Or USA versus Ireland.
Ooh.
Or any countries you think should be, if you think they should bring back the Ultimate Fighter Championship International. Let me know what you think, guys. Have a great show.
Appreciate the call, brother. Yeah, Dagestan getting a team of prospects to rep would be pretty sick. America.
If it's just a card, yes. If it's like a tough, like they used to do like tough smashes. If they do that, no, I'm out. I don't want to watch that shit.
Oh, no, we can't do a reality show. No, we don't have the time.
If they just do country versus country, I think that works well, and I like that. I mean, that's kind of what they do when they go to a local market. It's like, France versus the world or whatever. Like Canada, it's always Canadians kind of holding court. So I'm down. Dagestan would probably have a pretty gnarly lineup.
Yeah, hard to imagine that they wouldn't.
That was it,
Frankie, anything left?
That was all of them.
Any super chats, brother?
Super chats. We do.
Oh, sick.
Fight will be as Ariel says. Comme ci, comme ça.
Comme ci, comme ça. Thank you, Plus Money. Not sure which fight you're referring to, but thank you for confirming that Frank cannot read.
Electric Bootsa. GC eating like a detective that's always way over his head.
Do you think his name is Electric Bootsa?
Is that not what it says?
But there's like an ellipsis.
Electric Boots something afterward. I'm not really sure what that means, but I like it. It's provocative. It's hilarious.
Gets the people going.
Yeah, it gets the people going. Like a detective that's way over his head. I like that.
What is the ideal female super fight that could go on the White House?
Damn. All right. I know you can't read, but
Yeah, he wasn't helping. He wasn't helping
fucking
Frank.
struggled, my man. Put that back up one more time. My man had the fat fingers just banging on
What
the
is the
keyboard.
ideal female super fight that could go on the White House card?
We got there eventually.
Frank actually read broken gibberish better than.
Yeah, that was nice. Kayla Harrison, Amanda Nunez, no brainer.
100%.
No brainer.
100%.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. Wow. Thank you for sending in the super chats. Thank you for sending in the voicemails. Thank you for watching today. That'll pretty much do it for us. UFC Paris Saturday, the crack tomorrow, and then we're back. Full schedule of programming next week, starting with the Ariel Helwani show on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then us on Thursday. Crack on Friday. This is kind of the warm-up week, you know?
Yeah, it feels good to be back, though.
I'd say it came out with a bang with yesterday's show and now today's show. Enjoy the fights this weekend. Enjoy everything else. College football. Fall is officially here. Look at this camera work. We're
Wait, where are you
fucking
guys going?
pros, baby. See you next week.